Okay.
Oh, Mary did that. I got my phone off. Mary called. Is she not coming?
Did she call like 2 minutes ago? She called me right after, she probably tried to call you.
I'm sorry, I had my phone off, so.
I'm thinking of doing Steve. Was it? Are these 30-year shingles?
Is this just, we're not gonna decide on this tonight, are we?
110.
Yeah.
This is just for our.
Well, there's no dollars involved there, it's just
I did see you were up.
talk about what we're
Did you go?
I just feel like it's too soon.
to.
So
Rhonda, do you have Steve?
Well, we gotta find out what they.
I'll just grab it, so I have it too.
to.
Sorry. I'll grab it, it's okay, because I have notes.
I don't, yeah.
Was go over there?
This is like what I'm gonna ask them for, it's kind of like
I do.
I got it.
Okay, we'll see if they match up.
That's okay. And then I have one person called to be added to the agenda, and I told them not to speak during public forum, and I have some information if they come.
Oh.
Just that,
I think that's.
no, it was Nick.
is there, wait,
Miller.
is there a time frame cut off?
Just based on approval. So like once Rhonda approves the agenda and I email it out, then I can't change it. Till you guys vote.
So once you get it emailed out.
Yeah, unless, yeah, I try to wait for Rhonda to approve it before I email it that way. It's done.
So is this what we have to say?
I figured one over
Yeah.
there.
And I made a copy for everybody. It's behind.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm sorry.
It's
I feel
okay.
like a little kid.
No, it's okay. I was gonna highlight each person's part, put their name on it, so. The play, welcome to the play.
So this is the revenue neutral. Oh my gosh.
Oh, really?
Sorry,
There's the new dad. Congrats.
You look tired.
Yeah. Has nothing to do with the baby.
Oh, okay.
It's life.
Just like.
Do we need to
What you get?
This is a copy of everything that I scanned and emailed about the water test. And then this, we banded off.
Yeah, she said she wouldn't make it till this first.
If you want a copy, or you need it, yeah, let me know, this is the only one, so I
But
can
if
do
you
it.
want me to scan it, I can do that too.
It doesn't matter, I can scan it.
This
as
just
soon as
talks
I
about
know.
a residential water stuff on
So we're
wells.
doing,
I have
no
not went
idea
through
if it
it.
has anything to do with what we're
I
wanting.
just tell you, I was
I
at
found
the
it
baby shower.
2 days ago.
I thought
We're
it
gonna dig it up.
was
so
community
we don't
policing,
do the national.
county.
You can the first time, and then you don't have to do it again the rest of the night.
Yeah, we'll do good.
Okay, we'll rise for the pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The meeting of Canton City governing body will come to order. It's 6:02 on September 11th, 2025. I'll do roll call first.
Since it's the beginning of the.
Is that Mary Beth?
No.
Okay, all right.
Rhonda Hamby,
Here.
Jerry Cremeyer,
Here.
Christina Smith,
Here.
Crystal Wilson. Here. Mary Jowers, Scott Layfield.
Here.
Okay, welcome everyone to the revenue neutral rate hearing. The purpose of this hearing is for us to listen and answer objections of taxpayers relating to revenue neutral rate and the proposed tax rate as required by Kansas statute 79-2988. The hearing will now be open for comments. Each person will have 3 minutes to voice their concerns. So, is there anyone have any concerns or want to speak? Okay. Council, anyone?
I'm happy with where it's at.
Okay. Okay. So there being no further comments, are there any discussions then regarding the revenue neutral rate or our proposed budget? The budget was sent out to everybody, so.
This is to approve that we're going to run non-revenue neutral for the next year.
Correct.
Was that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the revenue neutral.
Yes.
I didn't print the resolution, I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you wanna, I've got the budget printed out here. Okay, okay.
You skipped it and approved the
Hmm.
agenda. We gotta approve the agenda first.
We have to,
Okay, well,
we have to sign off on the non-revenue
Okay.
neutral first. She's getting that.
well, can we
I need it
approve
back.
the agenda? I need a motion to approve agenda.
I'll approve make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
I'll second.
Okay.
Now public comment.
Oh.
Anybody else change their mind about when to call?
Okay, so council discussion.
So I am happy with where it's at.
Who made the motions?
Jerry and Crystal seconded. So we have no discussion. Can I get a motion?
So we have to approve the non-revenue neutral first.
That's what, if you'll read this little script she wrote
Always
out for
together.
us.
Okay.
I'm asking for a motion.
Well, I move we adopt the resolution to levy I'm on the right side, yeah.
Yeah,
To levy a property rate tax exceeding the revenue neutral rate. And then I don't have a copy of that
I
resolution.
have it, I'm just looking for the mills. Sorry.
Just make, when she gets the number, you can make the motion with the
Yeah.
number and resolution.
Have that. Sorry. Number, who wants the resolution?
Kristen.
Sorry.
Do you want me to read this whole thing?
This is 48.544.
Okay. A resolution of the city of Canton to levy a property tax rate exceeding the revenue natural rate, whereas the revenue natural rate for the county of McPherson was calculated as 48.544 mils by the McPherson County Clerk, whereas the budget proposed by the governing body of the county of McPherson will require the levy of property tax exceeding the revenue natural rate, and whereas the governing body held a hearing on September 11th, 2025, allowing all interested taxpayers desiring to be heard an opportunity to give oral testimony, and whereas the governing body of the county of McPherson, having heard testimony, still finds it necessary to exceed the revenue natural rate. Now therefore be it resolved by the governing body of the city of Canton. The city of Canton shall levy a property tax rate exceeding the revenue natural rate, neutral rate for 8.544 mils. This resolution shall take effect and be enforced immediately upon its adoption and shall remain in effect until further action is taken by the governing body.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Somebody have to say second.
No, I
We're
will go
waiting on that
second.
resolution number. Morgan's looking for that, sorry. Take a breath, you're fine.
Should be 2025-08.
So I move we adopt a resolution 2025-08 to levy the property tax rate exceeding the revenue natural rate. Well, neutral. I can't read today. Just
I'll
fix it.
second that motion.
Okay,
And then we all need to sign this, right, Maureen?
You need a roll call,
Yes.
so all those in favor?
doesn't work,
No?
roll call
I
vote.
need a,
Oh, we have to call for the
Yes, roll call vote.
roll. Okay. Scott Layfield,
Aye.
Christina Smith,
Aye.
Jerry Kramer,
Aye.
Crystal Wilson.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. So we'll sign the resolution. So we just close.
you just conclude and then move to budget.
Okay. So that will conclude the R&R.
I'll have to correct it.
Okay, well, we will call the budget hearing meeting to order. And can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Again, we have public comment regarding the budget hearing. Do you want to roll call again?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Well, the purpose of this hearing is for us to listen and answer to objections of taxpayers relating to the proposed 2026 budget. Council, is there any discussion for the 2026 budget?
I'm almost through it. I haven't seen anything so far. Although I would like to see more money go to Parks and Recreation so that we can update our facilities,
Or what?
our parks.
Oh. Well, we have quite a bit going to the ball fields, which
Yeah, I saw that, I saw it's still going to McMurray Ballpark, but didn't we sell part of that and then?
Still in process.
Right, but it's not something we'll have to maintain in 2026.
Right.
And the other part is going to be,
And that money can be transferred from there to wherever we need to transfer
Okay.
it to.
that's the only thing I really saw, but.
Okay. Somebody wanna?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as is.
No, good dog.
Gotta adopt it.
We did the agenda.
Did I say agenda?
Yeah,
I
he
meant
was
budget.
reading.
I meant
Neutral?
budget, sorry.
Natural?
Okay, and I move that we adopt the Canton City 2026 budget as written.
I'll second the motion.
Do we do a roll call this time again? Does it say?
Doesn't say roll call.
It just
Okay,
says,
so-
oh, well, it just says call for the vote.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. This will complete the hearing for the 2026 budget process. Thank you for coming.
I just need, a signature to approve the budget from each person.
So we're moving right along.
No, I don't know if it's sign and print or if it's just sign, in the past it's just sign, but there's 6 lines, both sides. I don't
We
think.
can't.
Right, because people might only want to come to that meeting.
We have to wait till 6:30.
Good, Morgan, I need you.
We'll take a short recess then, sorry.
Until 6:30.
Till 6:30.
So I never learned the name of the people underneath that text.
I need your Henry Perky's,
Oh, yes.
extension.
Yep.
And here's the map.
Yep.
I'm gonna get email this tomorrow, so we should have it back.
Something there. I'll just need your copy of this.
Okay, and there's the, oh, you have that too. Do you need the?
I got a reminder, is that
No,
what?
I'll get it.
That's what-
Outstanding.
It's a stamp.
I'm on the board. I've got two I can't find.
This is.
Next, okay. So send,
Yeah.
Oh, it's not.
running.
Minus.
But
Right?
find infiltration spots and fix them. So it's dropped down quite a bit of the infiltration. But yeah, you can do it here in place.
they said they
And
have to
that
have it,
generally,
if you're
most of them
exceeding.
will handle.
So they always used to say.
Some of the plate tiles are all
Again, this is
broken.
always the account.
Yeah, a lot of them will be able to go through and really divide it into
Supply them.
It used to always be kind of have
super big
because you weren't sure.
I think they're lost, you can't run one.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes
When it was camera in one.
We are gonna try this.
you don't have to have it.
Where did the new well go?
Oh,
As far as the water.
the final side has it.
I'll ask
Be in
him
the middle,
if
same
it,
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just, well, there was no,
South.
Anything to do it.
Safety before safety.
Okay.
right, right, let me make you a copy.
There's,
Yeah, there's a general.
kind of hangs across the country.
Yeah.
It's about, it's a couple miles out.
I'm just curious.
Just gotta do test drill.
Yeah.
To see if we can get away from
Right.
the arsenic.
We have plenty of, because the Gulf streams are generally wild.
And they even
That's how you get it back I really wasn't anything wrong with it. I mean, I didn't have that much communication.
Well, you didn't have much more.
They kept them
You weren't pumping that hard, and now you're starting to pump harder, pulling in. But if you're not sealing from the aquifer above, it's gonna pinch down.
Yeah, cause we were doing the CA this last year.
You have pictures?
Not as bad as mine. Yeah. Down our contamination. It's going good.
Just any of those lines I
Good.
And how about that? Cause that'd be something new to me.
It's a test drilling exercise, so what you'll do is you'll test from, I can put in test.
It's like a little ring, got all that air.
Figure out your drawdown.
Just a little man.
Physiologist that's helping us.
Oh, really?
A lot of years ago.
I used to work for the city of Oakland for 11 years, and I came down and worked in Junction City.
Because this is what I do.
In the water and sewer lines. But up in Junction City, we had, or up in Iowa, in Oakland, Iowa, we had to get to know the system really well. We had 40 well that was built at 42, 59, and 80. Because that's the way we went to call them. But we didn't have any nitrates or any arsenic or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
That 42 well, that thing was producing a ton of
It's a good one, better ones.
And they had
Maybe I'll eat a
the aeration system into the tank.
Okay.
Well, they've done away with all that now, and actually now, after I left, they went to a 2-zone system. Cause we didn't have very good pressure on top of the hill.
Certain people wish they had some.
Well, yeah.
Doing that in Ellis, right? So they're out by Hayes, Ellis. They were in the bottom years ago, and now they've grown. They built these new houses up on the hill by the high school. Everybody's bitching. Well,
You got
it's really-
35 PSI.
It's really bad when everybody's doing laundry on the weekend, taking showers, washing the car. And that's where it comes in. You just outgrown it.
Yeah.
To the point of, that worked for 4 or 5 homes, it doesn't work for 50 homes.
You could put a standpipe up towards the top, that would
Yeah,
alleviate some,
Yeah.
not
Put a
much.
booster
Covers
station,
any,
and
drinks
then
they
go 2
have.
zones.
But like when we get this.
And it'll work until they outgrow that.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, then the growth can help you pay for the standpipe.
See, and the thing up there, they did have a standpipe
You have to submit that.
for years and
It's
years
10 days
tornado
before
wiped
the
it out,
event date,
around
so-
70, but before that, they never complained about the pressure
Yeah,
on
you
that.
have the
After they took
816
that out,
form.
after a tornado.
Yeah,
No.
Oh,
Cause
You'll
you're
see-
relying
you
on,
can get it
there's no
online.
reserve there to help
it's the
maintain it.
ABC
And when you start out
816.
35, your head loss takes
And it
you
gives
up
you
10
all the
PSI.
instructions
Well,
on
no,
how
I
to
mean, that's
submit
what
it
it was
to
at the
get the
houses,
extension.
is 35 PSI.
Yeah.
No, that's not in there. You
Down
have
at
to
the
get
well,
that
we were about
online.
Yeah, if you just
73.
search that number,
They-
it'll pull it right up for you and you can print it right off of the computer.
Not very smart about that. I'll have to see if Mary Jane gets back pretty soon.
Do you have a
we had one
wireless
guy
printer
working
here,
with us
Rhonda?
that used to work for a guy at Janesville that'd go around and do the
Doubt
lining
it.
of
I don't
those
know if hers is wireless
sewer
or
pipes.
not. It
And
must
he,
be.
and he said he'd
'Cause I was
barely
gonna
fit
say, I
in to
could
go in there and have to
send
cut
it
one
to the
once in a
printer.
while, cause they missed it.
Oh,
He said, but you can tell exactly where those are.
I
One
don't
of them
know.
amazing
Let me
how many
see.
systems they go to,
He-
their sump pumps are hooked up to the sewer
Well,
system.
if it's hooked to the internet,
Hard to
hooked
find.
to Wi-Fi, then
But then
Until
it
you smoke test.
usually
Yeah, and then when you
Yeah.
find one, you're like,
airdrop.
and then you go to find out that it rains for days after the event, you know, like, and probably 5-10 gallons, that's a lot.
Well, the only good thing about being up in Iowa, all the
Yeah,
water meters were
yeah,
inside
we'll
the
have that on
basements.
the agenda.
So we had, and we changed them out every 15 years, so every 15 years we were in that basement. So we knew if they had a sump pump.
That's how you
Yeah,
check.
and you're kind of been stuck with
Yeah,
it.
we were told to
Does it-
look around a little bit
It's
without
flipping.
using the air.
I'll go ask.
But always use the jumper wire.
I don't know. if
And,
they're-
you know, for a long time, I said, why? I got to a house and I knew why. Pulled the meter out, it arced.
And it are.
So then we called the electric company out and they had a faulty ground.
Just enough.
If I send it to Morgan, could she print it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just send it to the city.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
No worries. I'll email it.
I'm sure somebody around here would help you with it.
I hope so. I don't know how long Mary Jane's gonna be gone. I just found out from Bernie today that she's on vacation.
What do you need, Tom?
Oh, we're trying to get so,
I
we
don't
can
think she took much at all.
sell alcohol outside of the league.
Oh, so you just need a form printed off?
Well, that's what she's working on,
Just say I can get it printed off tomorrow if you need
No,
it.
I don't,
whatever.
They tell me what form it is.
so, she might have a copy, Doug, but.
That's fine, I didn't wanna
Yeah.
double up where everybody's like,
Yeah.
alright.
I
think
know,
she
because
sent
we have so much
the
paper.
I guess the lift station too, did she need anything for the lift station?
Not this time. We were all emailed that at one point, but
Which
I can
paper?
make copies if you
I
want
might have it.
to.
I just was curious what she had in your packets.
Well, I've got the lift station info.
She didn't have anything for us.
Yeah, it wasn't in the
this
packet.
time. And Morgan sent you some stuff on that, contract for
Mhm.
the demo of contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get to that sooner.
Okay.
I'm trying to push that along, cause we've got a gentleman that wants to do some building. And he's here to put the pressure on.
Is it this one, Rhonda? Oh, I wrote lift station on here. And then I have this too.
No, not
Or something
that.
else.
That's not near enough.
Cause I have the pictures, then that he gave us too, but that's all I've got.
And I sent her an agreement for our engineering stuff that we talked about at the special meeting. And I wanted to make sure that was in there, and then I brought the water office stuff that I shared.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
No, we don't have any of
I didn't
that.
print the agreement, so you might want her to do
Has
that.
it been 25
Well,
Did you
he's
need
great
something
stuff.
printed?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Oh, okay.
And
I
then,
was gonna say, if you send it to my email, I can print it.
I didn't find a wireless option on there, so.
Oh, okay.
Did you print the agreement form?
I don't know, I think I just sent it out in email.
They want a bid for the pond, I don't
I'm gonna
remember.
check all
I
six.
didn't bring extra.
I'm like,
Any of that.
I went through them, I don't remember
I
seeing
don't remember
it.
seeing that.
I'm looking.
I might have just sent it to
It
Rhonda.
looked like that.
I'll help you with it.
Oh, I definitely didn't see
Nope.
that.
We'll get through that.
And the alarm system,
Yep, nope. I don't have that.
tell me what rain would affect.
Well, and you can tackle it.
Okay, I'm printing the
You could
ABC
revisit
form.
it at the next meeting, I can summarize it tonight and then.
Okay.
And if it leaches in,
And then let me look for the email from Doug.
into the thing,
Shoot.
they don't have any speak here.
I should've just. You didn't send it to me.
Oh, if I make it then, when I make it. I'm just printing, I was printing 6 of them, so everybody could see it. I thought I
Are
emailed
they
it
coming in
out.
there?
Yeah, they'll go. Third time. So, we're good. Hey, good morning, good afternoon. Hey.
What did they do to your name?
You asked me that?
Meniscus and arthritis.
From all that jumping up and down at the games.
Do what?
From all that jumping up and down at the games.
We're ready to level it down. Beautiful.
time.
First time wasn't good, but
Yeah.
second and third was pretty good.
Is that the one?
Really doesn't, I mean, it hurts, but it doesn't
Yeah.
bother, but he told me, wow.
The bank was in the
This is it, it's not like the next.
Yeah.
This is it.
It's gone.
Did they give you a timeline of when they?
Never starts early again. It's been 7 years, so last time it was 7 years.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
More papers?
I mean, we did.
Believe it or not.
Well,
That's
Don't
the only,
send those.
that's the only thing I didn't bring extras of. I brought extras of everything but that.
Oh,
I can just go
I got
push
it.
it over and say, God damn, I gotta get someone in here, this is a hazard.
Yes.
Johnson, Michael
I'm
Johnson.
happy to say.
I might be able to put some pads on it, just run into it.
Football player.
You're gonna hand me that costume. That's from Case.
Thank you.
Is that pretty much how you want to set it up? Okay, just on photos, so, getting with me. Okay. I'll do it.
So this is good for. That's just the one that we're doing.
With Kansas.
Yeah, but it's a different price.
No, we just recessed, so we're still in.
I think it's like.
Okay, I think we're gonna call our meeting to order.
It's truly 99.
Um,
But there's contingency.
I'll ask for approval of the agenda, but I already know I wanna make changes, so. We need to add an executive session. Probably do it right on top of the other one, and that'll be for non-appointed personnel.
So it's going to be
So it'll be number 11.
Between 10 and 11.
Yeah. Okay. 11 and 11 will be 12, 12 will be 13. 13 will be 14.
you said for non-elected person.
Non-appointed personnel. And then we also need to have an insert for Tom with the Legion. And let's do that right after public forum, if that's okay with everybody. So, can I get a motion to approve the amended agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the amended agenda, adding the Legion under public forum and the executive session for non-appointed personnel, on top of the other executive session.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We'll move on to approval of the consent agenda. Could get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The approval of the
I didn't hear who made the motion.
Crystal made the motion. And Christina seconded.
Thank you.
Did you get the other one?
Yes.
Okay. So at this time, we will, we didn't do roll call.
Nope.
No, okay. Even though Mary's doing it.
Yep, I just wrote in what time she
Okay,
came.
okay. We will have open to public forum and
One second,
we're
I'll
gonna
read
need
it.
to read something real quick.
So go around for signatures. Start down there as the words. At this time, the public will be recognized. Each person seeking to address the council will be recognized for a maximum of 2 minutes. You must provide your first and last name, your city of residence, and the topic of discussion before beginning. After you have spoken, you may exit at any time, or you may quietly observe the remainder of the meeting.
Oh,
We did that, we
I'm
had,
sorry.
we had 2 meetings
I'm gonna
prior
get
to
on the
this.
list.
We,
Sorry,
we did that, Tina, so,
but yeah,
you wanna speak?
yeah,
on
I'll make it quick. I have it written down so I don't. Tina Peterson, 303 North Fourth, Canton County. As I say, I have this written down so I'm not over my 2.5 minutes or 2 minutes. Okay, I appreciate taking the time as the council to listen to my concerns on various things. Don't have time to go into detail, but always come away knowing that they heard me. One big was and is junkyard behind my house. It's about 7 years old due to it's in the courts. So keep in mind, I believe this committee has a lot to deal with. As the phrase goes, until you walk in their shoes, be kind, be patient.
Thank you, Tina.
You're welcome.
And I concur with the junk behind your house.
I'm sorry?
I concur with the junk behind your house.
Yeah.
I can see
Well,
it.
there's lots of places. Right next door.
We have anyone else?
I'll go if nobody else.
Jason?
I'm Jason Klingscale, 117 Fairview, here on behalf of the McPherson County Fair Association, just to discuss the rate you guys voted on last month. It'll be very crippling to our organization. We feel like we try to support the county and the community as best we can, bring events to town. 17, for the rate, for those of you that weren't here, what they voted on was $60 for our base minimum, and $17.66 for every 1,000 gallons over that, and then a $20 per thousand bulk rate. When you look compared to neighboring communities, McPherson through their board, $5.19 per thousand for commercial rates outside city limits, and $5.19 bulk sales per thousand. Hillsboro's $34 base rate and $6.71 per thousand. Galva's $15 base and $6 per thousand for anything over 50,000 gallons, which is we would go through in the summer on a couple months. So Marion County Rural Water, which is available to us, we can tie into them. That's going to be a $45 base rate. Just for reference, 50,000 gallons, it cost us $205 through them. Through the city with the new rates, you're going to be charging us $925.34 for that same deal. So that's a substantial amount. So in less than a year, maybe a year and a half, we've paid for our connection costs from them. So we would like to be able to reach an agreement with the city that's a little more favorable. We don't mind paying, but the $17.66 is a rate we don't think we can be able to afford long term. So just kind of as a reference, I'd also like to know on the bulk rate, is the Waterman functional over here? Did you guys change the rate on it? Because it used to cost me like $10 to fill up the water truck. So based on your new rates, it cost me $30. Is it going to go up there too that much?
The max I think I can do is $10 a thousand on it.
So that costs us $15.
We can adjust the timer on it to where it's $10 for 500 and adjust it that way. We have to look into it, but yeah, it'll be adjusted to the $20 a thousand as well.
I guess we just like maybe some discussion next meeting. We're gonna have to look at other options, drilling a well, something, because I mean, long term, 2 years, we've spent way more money than it would have cost us to drill a well or tie into Marion County Rural Water. So we'd like to continue our partnership with the city, but it's just not, it's gonna be cost prohibitive to us in the long run. So we don't really want to buy our water from another county, but we're kind of feel like we're backed into the corner there on that. So.
We will get you on the agenda.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Okay, anyone else? And do you guys want some chairs? No? Okay. There's a couple here yet, but. Okay, anybody else have anything for public forum?
Oh, Carol.
I just want to say, I I'm Carol Harper, I live at 303 South Main in Canton, Kansas. Okay, I just wanna say, why are we so focused on code master when we got grass growing in the streets? Code enforcer, you go down Park Street, there's grass growing everywhere on Park Street. Why are we so focused on code enforcer? I know my yard might not be mowed the way it should be, but I can't push my mower no more. I've had a heat exhaustion and dehydration a month ago. I have to pay for my yard. If I get a ticket, I'm not gonna be happy. My health comes first. Whether you guys like it or not. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, anyone else?
I do.
Okay, Rita.
I'm Rita Gribble. I live at, where do I live? Over on 8th Street, north of 511. Anyway, I just want to say how happy I am with the railroad tracks. I think they are smoother than they've ever been. So I just want to bring some good to the meeting. Thank you.
Okay, one last chance, public forum. Okay, we're gonna move on. Tom with the American Legion.
Tom Harker, 407 South Kansas, Camp Kansas. I'd like to give it some, I'm speaking for the American Legion, and we'd like to have permission to be able to sell liquor, alcoholic beverages on the street, if we could, for Heritage Days.
For September 27th?
Yes.
Between what hours do you, does it say on your printout there?
Well, that one's different, because that's from last year, correct? Or is that from this year?
That was from last year that Tom's got there.
Okay, let me look what hours the bar did, and
I
you
thought it
can.
was in here, but
The hours the bar did are 7 to 1.
Okay.
whatever it is, I'm new at this.
I know.
I think they open up a little bit
So,
earlier.
if we could get your permission for that.
Do you think 5 or 4? What times does the Legion usually?
I'm thinking 5, but I would swear to.
On Saturday, they open at 6.
6.
Well, but I think they might, usually we go a little earlier on those days.
So why don't we go 5 to 1?
5 to 1?
Yep.
Okay. On September 27th.
Thank you. That it?
Yeah, we'll get
A
a
resolution.
resolution number.
2025-09.
Okay. Can I get a motion for the American Legion to sell alcoholic beverages September 27th from 5 to 1?
Just one question, are you just wanting them to be able to carry the drinks outside, or are you wanting to have a station set up outside to sell?
Station set up outside.
Okay,
Okay.
there is some extra stuff that they would have to fill out for that, to have
I
it
think
sold
that's
outside
another
of the building,
And that's
just so
what
they're
they
aware.
carry.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Set up
the bar
something
did
outside.
was just an
Yes, they set up
extension of
something
premise,
outside.
so everything is sold inside, and they have the ability to carry it outside. But if they want to actually sell it outside,
Isn't
there's
that what
another
they
form.
Yeah, they'll sell it outside,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that they will need another form for that, I believe.
Another form?
I can look and see what I did for Keith the first year.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know what the differences are there.
We did it in 2023 at the bar, it's just Keith didn't feel like it was worth it because of the extra stuff that he had to do for the state. So he just said he didn't.
And it's easier for them to do it outside because the other parts
Is
are
in the
back in the
back,
back,
yeah.
so it's just easier for them to sell it out front. So
I can look and see what that other
But
form
we've got
is.
2023.
Yeah, I should have it, and it should be in there.
But we don't need another resolution?
No.
Just the
Yeah,
one?
correct.
Okay, okay,
They'll just have to do something extra on their end
okay,
to make sure that it is done.
okay.
It's 2509 is a resolution.
Correct. Uh-huh.
I make a motion to approve resolution 2509 for the Canton American Legion to sell alcohol on the sidewalk September 27th from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. on September 28th.
I'll second. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Tom, you got what you need? I'll work with you on that, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, next up, we have KWO Water Service Line Project.
I'll take mine.
So Doug,
I'll take it away. I brought extra copies, so just for frame of reference and discussion. Last time I was here at the special meeting, we talked about that Kansas Water Office had a program that was opening up. Crystal had been talking about helping you guys apply. Coming out of that meeting, I've worked with Austin just to try to understand what would be viable for an application. You can shoot for the moon. Obviously, you won't get awarded. And so, through some discussion since that time, I've laid out here just a figure. I'll just summarize what we're trying to accomplish, and then you guys can decide. I guess, at the end of it, what your decision or what you guys would be looking at is to give Crystal the authorization to apply. And use this as the framework for her application. Does that make sense? I kind of mentioned pro bono. I would put together what that could look like so that she had some framework so she could take the technical aspect, put it in with the application, and apply on your guys' behalf. That closes at the end of September, so tonight we would need to be giving her that so she can go. So I sent the figure, the cost estimate, and some water use report information that I extracted all to her on the 29th. Crystal's aware I'm here tonight. Basically, I told her she probably couldn't answer the questions on the technical aspect that you guys had, but she's willing to compile that for you and apply. And then you may not hear anything until January or February. It differs every year. There's 2 more years of the program, so if you have this framework built, you can potentially apply again next time, or whatever. But if you don't get your name out there and get in front of them, they don't know that you got something going, right? So we're looking at, there's 2 pots. There's the technical assistance, and there's the water projects. And we're gonna go with the technical assistance, because you, at this stage, you don't have the framework put in place to be shovel ready, I would call it. And so you're not gonna score as high if you just took this and went into the water projects and said, I wanna get paid for engineering, admin, bidding, construction. And if you look at that estimate, that's like 1.4 million here that I've carved out. We had discussions about, that figure is showing you basically starting at the towers, addressing the issue of some line problems we had along Railroad, and then the tackling Main Street is kind of the framework of what you see in the colored. We were bigger than that at one point. Unfortunately, it gets too, you gotta find some matrix somewhere where you can cultivate a project that's manageable for them to award, if that makes sense. You can shoot for the big one, and then you're probably just not, they only have so much money. So what we're looking here is the technical assistance part of their program. That would cover everything. If you go to the cost estimate, that would cover everything in green. I just highlighted the green components that Crystal would be applying for. So she would be using this entire figure, cost estimate, technical stuff, the water use report stuff, cultivating a narrative, and then asking for them what would be funding the technical assistance aspect of it. Those items in green are what would qualify for that.
No, if I remember right, in the last meeting, then they said that we could then apply for the second part the next year, or whatever, right? If we got
You should write the grant, you've got this figured out. That's exactly right. So how I'm working with 2 or 3 other communities currently that got the technical assistance. Then you complete that aspect, you close that grant out, and you immediately follow in with the next application for the remaining costs on that sheet. So if that totals 1.4, and you're asking for, I'll summarize here because I wrote this down myself. I went through the last 2 years of awards that the program's been alive and tried to dissect what is the average amount of a technical assistance grant that's been awarded, right? There's a few higher, there's a few lower, but you need to dissect what they're trying to award so that you can understand what's too much technical assistance that's not viable. So the average of that has come out to be about 200,000. Is the average that they've been awarding. So if you add those green ones up, you're about 157,000. So that's how we tried to work backwards. Instead of a $3 million project and the technical assistance be 300,000. We're trying to, you gotta start somewhere. You guys are trying to take advantage of something and also fix problems that you've identified. So this would be what I call the first step. And that would be the information that I've already given to Crystal that would help them cultivate that, unless you guys said.
You said there's roughly 3 years left on the program.
Yeah, there'll be this year and there'll be 2 more after that. The governor had proposed 3 or 4 months ago to extend the program, add more money, whatever it is. I kind of summarize this best as like the Ike program for the transportation side of the world is a 10-year cycling program that you hear about all the time. They want to turn this into something like that, so that's kind of how they were proposing that. That got ixnacks at the legislative level, but not from the lack of support, more of the we need to form a committee and understand what we want to do with this long term, if we want to do it, and at what level. Because what they did was the water office took the first 2 years of applicants and said, if we had 30 million, we had 300 million of applications. So the need is there, it shows, let's visit it, let's understand how to put the program to use. It will sunset. But I don't know that will stay sunset. That committee may have a plan together by the end of that 2028 fiscal thing, that there's a plan path forward. So this is kind of replacing some of you always had more CDBGs, and CDBG has less money. SRF's down a little bit now on the money. I mean, we got in on the emerging contaminants and timed that good on the water supply, but that program's sunsetting. So this is kind of a filler program. There is a lot of competition, I will say that. So I won't sugarcoat it. But Rosemary and Crystal have had success getting awards, so we thought this would probably be worthwhile versus waiting and then missing out on an opportunity. So that's why we brought it to you guys' attention. So I didn't want to like comb that in great detail, but this is kind of where you're headed. You're not locked down to exactly those lines. If something was to occur between now and then that we needed to refocus, that's why you're doing technical assistance. You're not completely locked down. We could move a block here and there depending on some emergency happens. So we got a little bit of flexibility, but in this aspect, that's kind of the target we've laid out and estimated to redo the lines, the meters, and all that. Austin and I have talked. We've also come up with a thought process of we're going to apply and show that we're planning on replacing meters and pits and lids. If we find another grant opportunity from that, we can extract that from this, because we're not asking for that. That's not a green highlight right now. We'll revisit that again, that it as an alternate to do it himself. There's options and flexibility with this program that you don't have with a lot of other programs. And there's not a lot of paperwork attached to it, believe it or not. It's quarterly reporting, and it's just telling them what invoices did you get, what you paid. A lot of other programs, you got CDBG one of them has a lot of work, a lot of shoulder. And I've programmed money in there to where that administrative number, you don't have to use exactly the number of the 25,000 that I've programmed. You're going to get that pot. We're going to have this different tasks. If administrative only uses 15 and you need to do something over here, you can move that amongst them. There's flexibility amongst that total number. If you don't use it all, it gets de-obligated. At Ellis, we're going to de-obligate about $20,000 in the hopes that they saw that we were able to achieve it all, and then we're going to apply for the construction loan and hope that that shows well, right? So you got some flexibility there, but I've programmed in there for Rosemary and Crystal to do the quarterly reporting as part of that too, so that if Morgan doesn't have the time to do that, the grant will pay for that. So we built it in. At this point, I guess it's if you guys have questions. If not, it's giving them the authority to do the application. It's kind of your next steps. I don't know, that has to be formal. The only thing you have to sign is the mayor has to sign an affidavit saying that you've given them authorization to apply underground. It's a one-page, simple affidavit that just basically says you're aware that that's going on. You'll get the agreement from the water office if you're awarded it. Kinda like the SRF deal, where you got the actual agreement. So you're on the beginning stage of an application, only then would you get the agreement, have the attorney review it, and then make formal motions. At this point, you're just, that affidavit's just authorizing Crystal and Rosemary to do the work on your behalf. Basically, you're aware that it's going on, so it's not like a surprise. The water office is like, well, you didn't even know that was going on? So, that's how simple that aspect
And
is.
we have a copy of that, the front?
She'll email it to you.
We
probably.
approved it at the last
You
meeting to
did.
proceed with it,
Yeah.
and Rhonda did, she signed the,
Okay.
there's two. She signed the
There's two.
affidavit for grant application and authority to sign, and then she, signed an affidavit for the grant application.
Okay. So you're already there.
Good.
So at this point, it's if you guys have any questions with what we're trying to program, or in total disagreement with what we're focusing for the figure and the estimate.
I mean, really, kinda what you're saying, let's say we've got 20,000 left over after everything you've done, that could actually be used to perform some of the work if that was.
You couldn't do any construction efforts
Could not,
with the technical
couldn't,
assistance.
just technical, so
You
then
have-
we could actually start use some of that money to look at the other possible issues we have in town.
Sounds like
It's
we're better
If it's distribution related.
Right.
Okay.
And it, yeah, obviously we need an agreement and some invoices to prove that you did that. As part of ours, if we have to go outside the scope of what we're investigating, because Austin and I decided we wanna go investigate that a little more, and there's a couple areas that we've talked about, like this is a problematic thing. We could flush that through this and it won't be a problem, but we couldn't just jump ship and go work on a sewer investigation
Right,
with this.
right.
That's why I hesitated.
Yeah,
Within reason,
yeah,
yes.
sorry, I didn't define.
Within reason.
Okay.
So have you already sent those in then, Morgan?
Yeah, we sent them to Ranson, which is Crystal and
Crystal.
Oh,
Rosemary,
okay.
and they do all the paperwork for us.
I mostly want you to know what we're targeting, so that, I mean, it would be nice, I mean, somebody comes in and asks me, what are you working on? That's what we've cultivated, that's what we did the last month since I was here, was try to put a plan together that's a feasible plan and not a big, not an ask that couldn't get awarded. Cause you can kinda, I've got some friends that are doing that, shoot for the moon. I will, cause you instructed me to, but I think this is your
What's
best.
been the average size of towns that have been awarded it?
Oh, yeah, good question. So the focus is to award towns with 2,000 people or less. So the first year, everybody put in, you name it, everybody across the state was putting in. Nobody big got really awarded. So it became evident, then they put that 2,000 in place. I think they would award a 2,200 if somebody did. They're not saying you can't, but the goal is to award 2,000 population and less communities. So rural water districts and municipalities generally. That makes sense?
Yep. Yep.
That's all I got on that. I'll hang for the lift station.
Well, Doug, on behalf of the city, we thank you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem. No problem.
Absolutely.
That's what we're here for.
Next, we have the sewer lift on.
Oh, I'm back?
You're up again.
You're back.
Okay. So this is the other piece we talked about at the special meeting. Larry was here with Crystal. Larry's on the bonding side of it. So Larry will be waiting on me, is how we left that night. I've got, basically, Morgan printed an agreement. This is just an email that was, when I send that, this might be a good summary. So we had talked at that special meeting about focusing your energy on the main lift station. And focusing that energy on the bond side of it versus trying to apply for the Kansas Water Office. That's where the water came into play. So That night, you guys had talked about potentially passing a resolution, bonding improvements for the lift station. Larry had mentioned that it'd be ideal to try to nail down the cost so that you don't over bond or under bond. Then, you guys had asked me to prepare an engineering agreement for assistance for that thing. So that's our next step, or where you are tonight. So you have an engineering agreement in front of you, for Wilson and Company to assist. I'll preface it with, I had handed out at that special meeting that orange chart, and it had the cost to basically build new or retrofit. And then I had mentioned briefly that the amount of engineering assistance on that is somewhat at your discretion in this case, because you're not increasing the capacity. You're basically rehabilitating and matching what you've got. You may change the type of station, but you don't need to submit to KDHE. So generally how that works is you would bring Wilson and Company or whomever as your engineering firm along, and you would generate a set of plans and specifications, and you would submit them to KDHE Topeka for approval before you would build it, so that they would permit it. It's already permitted, you're not changing the size of it from a flow standpoint. And so you're just doing what I would quote as a maintenance project. So then you don't need to go through the full KDHE process. That make sense? It's hard because you don't live that every day, but, and so I had programmed in that orange chart a total of $57,120 was kind of what my email says at the bottom for just engineering. After you guys decided that you would bond and you weren't gonna go for some special funding, then I went back and I reevaluated that. So what you have here now is two tasks, the 1.1 and the 1.2, for the development and the bidding, which is to basically keep it simple. Don't create a full-blown specifications and plans that KDHE would normally want for a new project. Go to one vendor, two vendors, three vendor, whatever you desire. You can even go visit somebody else that has a couple lift stations that they like it or don't like it. We kind of have some preconceived notions of how we want to build it. You could work with one vendor because you like their station or whatever, but basically get a cost that we can get solidified of who we want to work with. I will put that packet together and help Austin, and we'll go and we'll get what we want for a lift station rehabilitation retrofit. And then that'll set the number for Larry to do his bonding. So what I did was, instead of using the whole 57,120 that we programmed, that would have been if you designed it, go to KDHE. Basically, I've scaled back the level of services you need from us. True transparency, you could do this without me, if you were brave enough. If you're the city of Hutchinson, you probably would just do it in-house, right? So I broke it into two tasks there and basically said, this is what I think you need based on Austin and I visiting a few times, coming out and seeing the site, helping you get to that point so you can be effective. If for some reason through the process you're like, I don't need your assistance on that, that's fine, we'll just amend it. But that's the framework I laid out. So on the agreement that you have in front of you, the email summarizes what that is. So I'm 29,000 instead of 57,000, and now I just itemized the tasks of what we would do to assist you through that. We'll take the existing data, we'll build the framework to make an apple-on-apple comparison if you wanted to go for multiple bidders. If that makes sense. I highlighted in the email some reputable types of lift stations, manufacturers. They can all pretty much do what we want to do. Just to give you guys a general perspective, what we talked about was basically that's a vacuum primed lift station, not to get into too much detail, but the vacuum pumps kick on and the flow calls for to turn on. So that's what he's always got to sleep and babysit all the time is those just not ideal. They have their place, but, so we would propose to get rid of the vacuum prime component of it and either go submersible, or we can still have a discussion about doing those that don't need vacuum pumps that are just self-primers. And you would still have some sort of HUD on top that shelters it, but it might be, say, 6x6. Not quite a hut that you had. The one you got flips up. It's like it's the dumbed down version of a hut. We'll get something better, but so the idea would be to get rid of the maintenance headache that goes along with that. then it becomes a discussion of do we want self-primers or vacuum primers? And do we wanna maybe go get bids on both of them when we ask them for it, or do we know we want this because that's what I want? We don't wanna get lost in something that don't want either, so. All discussions we've had before have been kind of revolving around a submersible style, and it's available. And then since you're not going to KDHE, you're basically doing this as we just go to the vendors and try to get a turnkey cost out of them. And then I can help oversee that. Now, that's what I've got programmed in there, to help build it, to help go get the price, to help you select somebody, to help you get to the next stage. And then in the construction-related services stage, the goal would be to have them submit some shop drawings to us, review their proposal, make sure we're getting everything that Austin and you and us have talked about, so that we don't pick somebody and then we get shortchanged because he was a little bitter, but he didn't have everything. We gotta build some framework to get what we want. Does that make sense? Otherwise you get caught. That's why I say you can do it in-house. That's not something you deal with every day. So that cost would be part of the bond, but I'm still trying to work from that. Let's get Larry something definite. He would get this in the bond money. He would get the contractors. So the whole idea would be to get those bids, get this approved, get those bids, get started on that, and then give Larry a more solid number that he would bond. That's a lot. I tried to summarize it.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to table it, have attorney review the agreement, whatever you wanna do. I just wanted to come and talk about, like, well, that doesn't match the number you had in the chart, it's considerably less. What are you doing to us or not doing to us? The goal would be is, well, I don't think you need to pay any more than you need to try to get this accomplished. And we could still be within the realms of KDHE requirements by handling it this way. I can come in and tell you, just hire me to do it all or whatever, but it's not really necessary. You're trying to make the best use of your money that you got, and trying to make it go a long ways. You got a lot of water work to do, and then you've obviously got I&I that Austin's been trying to tackle, so. And what's the fastest? This is the fastest way to move that along, which is why you chose to go the bonding route. That makes sense?
Yeah. Now, can we incorporate a intake grinder with this as well?
Any of those stations I'm talking about doing would pass like a 3-inch solid. I would say rather than grinding it up, I'd have a manual bar screen ahead of it if that was actually worthwhile.
Yeah.
But not that pumps that you don't have won't do it, but they're just difficult in the middle of the night when flow's low.
They're not working.
And that's why when I said self-primers earlier, I didn't want somebody to be scared. They operate differently. There is no vacuum pump attached to that.
Right.
That self-priming station probably be a little more expensive. I did have a deep conversation with the Gorman-Rupp representative, because that is a quality product, and they make a self-priming station. He made a comment if Austin wanted to go see one, they'd be more than happy to go show him one versus just saying, let's do it, and I don't know what it looks like. I'm comfortable with them. I've done a couple of them. Their capacity to where they don't work is about 25 feet and deeper, and you're not in that situation. You're trying to suck that high, then they have then you're gonna be babysitting potentially.
Yeah.
So submersible, you put them in the soup. You're basically lowering them down on guide rails and putting them in there. You still have a HUD up above for the valves and controls. I think I showed a picture maybe last time in that packet. But those are really your two options to keep your wet well and reuse what you got. There's no sense throwing that away. We may need to then have Larry program just a little bit of extra to maybe work with Comtronics to upgrade what we talked back to the telemetry. And then we had talked about there was a couple of valves. It'd be nice to put a valve in the effluent line going out. This vendor that we solicit might not have the capability to do that, but generally they bring a contractor along to do the install, so we would ask that contractor or the guy, can you do it? If not, we can hire another contractor to do those simple pieces. We got some gates we talked about on the discharge structure too, but since you're bonding it, you wouldn't have to have one contractor do it all. You have a contractor do this piece and then have your lift station contractor do that. My proposal is to go out to these, what I call representatives of the products. So every one of those pump manufacturers doesn't just sell directly to you, they go through the rep. And so I we work with the reps all the time, so I would solicit to the rep and ask him to bring a contractor along with the product he sells for a turnkey installation, so there's not finger pulling. Now, if we wanna put valves and gates and stuff at the lagoons and that piece that I programmed in there, we can hire another one to do that separately. So that's really your options of what you got, so I laid that out for you guys for consideration. At this point, Larry's just waiting on me. He reached out last week. If you get your agreement approved and you and Austin start that process, just keep me posted. Cause I don't wanna have you guys pass a resolution for a dollar figure until you know more solid what it is. So, questions on the agreement? It's kind of a monthly, 4-week cycle. Sometimes we just won't bill for a couple months. Cause we probably need to early on work some deal with when Larry might have his funding. Hold some invoices until that's just for that dollar figure of what's in there from a total standpoint. You really aren't out, I mean, you're out $19,500 before you ever get a contractor, but we're gonna have the bonding before then, so we can float that however we need to do till you get your bonding in place. Cause if we bond now, when we bond a number, we didn't need it all. It's the chicken and the egg. So,
Reese, you haven't looked over this contract, have you?
He wouldn't have if you didn't.
Huh?
Yeah, he wouldn't have seen it yet.
Yeah,
because it wasn't in your
okay.
packet, so.
So-
Which is fine, if you wanna just take it up at your next meeting, I'm fine with that, I just didn't wanna present it and not be here to present it, so.
Probably need him to look at it.
Yeah, totally get that. And I'm not necessarily here, you guys are probably more of a hurry than I am.
Let's leave it until the council discussion. Look at it if he wants to look through it now, or if you wanna wait. It's not
The current failure rate of our lift station, we really need to move forward on this expeditiously, because we're spending a lot of time and money keeping the thing operating. So, Reese, if Reese can look through it.
I guess I will, and one of the reasons I had a conversation about the self-priming station is Gorman Rupp makes one that's a package that you're a standard flow, Canton's isn't, you're not in a unique situation in that, and they have some of those that they have, I'll call them they're more packaged, ready to go, cause it's everything, it's not custom. It's very much what we do. I had called him to ask him if we wanted to go that direction, what's the lead time on something like that? Cause this submersible could be 12, 16, 20 weeks after they got a PO to go. And he was telling me it's about a 4 to 8 week. So for me, that was a thought process and consider, you don't wanna always make a knee-jerk reaction to that, but I did say to him, if Austin wanted to see one of them, would you be willing to let him go to Paris or wherever and see it if that's an option, just because of sheer time. So, food for thought.
So this contract is just for your services?
Yeah, this is for Wilson's County Services to assist you guys through that process to cultivate those documents.
Well, I mean, I think we do
get a
that
bid.
regardless, but I don't know if you have any thoughts on it.
I'd have to look at it.
And then can guide you through as you got the vendor on board. They'll provide the startup and all that, but it kinda comes down to how much assistance do you, I mean, Austin's got other stuff to do too, so, it's kind of that, how much. And like I said, there comes a point in the construction that you get them on board or whatever, and you guys decide you don't need any services, you just cross out 1.2 later and say, don't go on, we got this covered, we trust this contractor, we trust this vendor, we're good to go, Doug. I'm fine with that, I'll step to the side. But we needed to program it for Larry, for sure.
Yeah.
So, I'll just leave you with that, unless you guys got questions on.
So let's leave it for the council discussion, give him time, give Reese a little bit of time to
Yes.
look through it.
Yes,
But I don't think it's something we need to keep pushing down the road either.
we don't, we need to move on this.
And
I'll leave that with
if
you.
if you leave and we come to a decision, we just need to send you the signed.
If you just email me, just an email is fine, just attach it to it, say go, or set type. We probably wanna give a copy of it to Crystal and Rosemary, just so they know that that's in action. Kind of that, simple, I guess. And then probably Austin and I would need to decide whether he wants to go see a self-priming station somewhere, or if we just wanna do submersible, because that's what we're comfortable with, so.
very much.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate it,
Thank
thank you.
The next thing I wanted to touch on the CDs, we've got one that expired on the 23rd of August, and that needs to be renewed, and the rates, I think it was 4.3. 4.35 for an 11-month CD for anything over 100,000, and it was like 108. So I just wanna get everybody's, I think I wanna get a motion on that, so we renew that. We have two others that were up in June, and I can actually renew those because they rolled over at like a 2.7%. Because we didn't do anything with them. But I can renew those with no penalty, at the 4.3. So I just wanna get everybody's approval and to do all this, so.
What would be the date of maturity on those? Because we staggered them before.
I know, we have staggered, but it's 11 months.
On all?
If we, yeah, we're not doing them all at once.
When they automatically renewed, they did go to 12, I don't know if it
Oh, but
stays at.
it go to the
Okay.
11th month,
Okay.
it's a special CD that they're offering right now. And then we also have the one over at the State Bank, these are over at Citizens, the one at State Bank is.
It matures on January.
Yeah, 4.35, this one right here. Which is over 100,000.
I thought we had talked about not renewing one of those for the Shiloh deal.
Well, we did, we probably got the money in our general fund that we can float that out, I mean, go ahead and renew them all.
Mm-hmm. So it's a
I mean,
There's refunds of interest on them all.
Yeah.
If we do get in a spot where we gotta get some
I
money,
mean, we can always,
what's the penalties for early withdrawal?
well, it's gonna depend, like if I did it was like $700 a piece on the ones that were done in June. But
So
they waived those fees, so,
Well, if we renew the $100,000 one, in 6 months from now, we lose money.
yeah, I mean, there may be a penalty applied, I can't tell you what that would be, because it's gonna vary based on where you're at in the term of the CD. So,
And you do still have the State Bank that matures in January.
yes.
We have the January maturity.
Okay.
So at least there's still one
Okay,
that
so
would
we
mature
have,
at a
and
separate.
what is that CD? How much is that for?
That was over 250,000.
Yeah, initially it was 250,000, then it
Okay.
I
accrued
think when we
interest.
moved it over, it was 259.
Mm-hmm, 259,
Okay.
383.
So I just want to get a motion that we do all this, so it's on the books and everybody knows what we're doing. So,
Which one, Citizens?
this is at Citizens, yeah, and there's 3 of them.
I'll make a motion to renew the 3 Citizen State Bank CDs at the 4.35% for 11 months.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? On to street closure request, 100 South Sixth Street, and that is for a
Private auction. I got an email from Tony Weedle requesting the city provide barricades to close the 100 block of South Sixth Street. Jeff and Chris McManus will be having a 2-day estate auction on the 24th and 25th of October. They would like to have the barricades brought over the day before so they could begin setting things out. Chris and Jeff do own both sides of the entire block in that area. So it would be 6th Street between Railroad and McPherson Street. They had also discussed possibly including McPherson Street between Kansas and 6th Street, but the primary request is 6th Street.
What dates was that?
It's October 24, which is a Friday, and 25, which is a Saturday.
They wanted the day before, possibly.
Yeah, he said they're having the auction Friday and Saturday, and they'd like the barricades the day before so they could set up.
So the 22.
So 23, 24, 25.
So, again, looking for a motion.
If it helps anybody visually, I drew out a street map. It helped me.
What are the dates, basically?
23rd.
Thursday the 23rd through Saturday the 25th.
Make a motion for close 6th Street between Railroad and Ferson Street from October 23rd through October 25th for an estate sale.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
That will get a resolution number as well, it'll be 2025-10.
2025-10. Good on that then? Do we have the KDOT?
No,
This
so
is-
we're gonna visit tomorrow. He's supposed to show up at about 1 o'clock. He couldn't be here tonight, but, we're gonna kinda go over some extra drainage and some street work stuff. And then I think he said that I'll kinda talk with you a little bit, and then maybe we'll set up a meeting the following week, like, so next week. And then we can talk about everything, but that's about all I know.
Okay. So that'll be tabled.
I don't know how fast you wanted to talk with him about it, but I've gone through it, so. And the one written addendum in there, so if you guys wanna approve that to move forward with the sewer lift station, you can, if you're wanting to wait and have further discussion.
Okay.
I don't know
think
where you're
we're
at.
ready.
And then,
Okay. Just wait till the end, okay.
Yeah, then council discussion, we'll do the motion.
Okay. All right, Reese, we have you start now.
Okay.
Thank you, Doug.
Yep,
Thanks.
thanks.
Thank you.
just wanted to point out that the city received a letter. The letter is anonymous, but the intended recipient of the letter is Chris Kobach, Kansas State Attorney General in his office. We're in receipt of the letter. We will have conversations to the extent that legal guidance is needed, but at this time, I don't think anything further is needed to address any of the issues that were brought up within that letter, so there's nothing specific or specific references made, so at this time, any legal guidance that needs to take place will be happening in an executive session, which is where legal information is passed over to the council. So, for whoever dropped off the letter, just know that it's in receipt.
Okay. We have executive session. And and that is for the non-appointed personnel. And,
Do we have to come back and then do the second one?
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say 10 minutes is more than enough. So we will get a motion to go into executive session.
Read that one thing. I'll make a motion to go into executive session for 10 minutes until 7:34. Or, yeah. For non-elected personnel.
A second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Did you distribute checks?
Yes, I did.
Can I collect those and make a copy?
Oh,
It's okay.
No.
I just need a copy.
Your paper.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's,
It's okay. I'll just make your copy.
I'll have to sign it before we go. Yeah, notice to be sent out, so.
I just didn't get a copy with your signs.
are you gonna stick around?
Well, I just hop on my back.
That might hurt her knee though.
Yeah, don't be
I mean, you need her to jump up like a little baby.
We got a lot?
Good, how are you?
Oh, no, it doesn't, it's not, it doesn't do that.
Okay.
All the way.
Kinda like that guy that jumped off the boat. Before you heard him say, so close to the Did you pay full price for those shoes? I only got half the shoes, so the most important half the bottom.
Yep.
You bet.
Got him at Savings Fair, actually. Got him super cheap.
Good, how are you doing? I like going to some of those Goodwills,
Mm-hmm.
and you go like to the big side of Wichita or something, there's a Goodwill over there, and you get better clothes for the same price.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Nothing. How you liking your intro so far?
I like it. It's different getting off at 3:30 in the afternoon.
That's your husband?
Yeah, that's like when I made the switch
That's my
from
son.
Canton Service Center.
It's,
I didn't know what.
I don't think he's.
that's where I'm at. Oh, I do know. I'm used to still working.
He's spoiled rotten.
I know. It's different.
Good.
I quit judging people a long time
That's the
ago.
part.
Are you a mechanic there?
Same.
Oh, that's what
Yeah, it's
Looks
different. It's a learning
better
curve.
though.
Yeah.
They're not near as intense.
I try to buzz it every time I
It's
cut his
laid
hair.
back.
Right. And if you happen to
gets a
get
little
that
mad.
take your hair at a time,
Yeah.
it'll be there tomorrow.
It slips every
Yeah,
once in a while.
it's a whole lot different.
Cut it like he.
She
like
likes
cut
it
his.
too.
Don't want to venture out
Yeah.
in public more.
Do a little bit of.
Do a little bit of that, a little bit more than what they are. But you're here or there, did that for 17 years.
Right. Right. It's a piece of equipment for here, a piece of equipment for
I
here.
got a buddy who's got an eye that kind of carved off on one side.
An eye?
Well, Kirk,
Yeah,
Kirk,
call
he
him
seemed like a
Lucy.
pretty nice guy.
Yeah.
Who's he looking at?
I don't know.
Jesse Water,
That's good.
they do some municipality work also. They'd be interested in trying to do some drainage, some grading.
I know that up on K4.
You know what the magician
They
said
put
to
in
the
water line in.
Yeah.
fish?
Yeah. They hit us
Pick a
once.
cod, any cod.
They did?
Twice actually.
Their locator didn't work out very well, did it?
And actually hit us
When I was
twice.
driving the truck, my
One of
grandmother would
them
call
was-
me every morning and I'd have to tell each one of them.
Yeah.
That's
One
cool.
of those things. It's kind of negligence in their part, but the
Well,
other
but-
one was kind of an accident type deal.
Tried to get you what I could.
It happens.
It happens. Yep, it happens. They just, I think they're done.
How old are grandkids?
Right, you can sit over here.
I was gonna
Close
say,
enough.
Yeah, we can hardly hang
I
out.
went around.
Wild.
And my eldest was born, I was in West Virginia.
Check. Yeah, that's what you're gonna hit.
Pool. What time she'd be born, how much she
No,
weighed.
I'd rather walk.
Paid $5 she got in the pool.
Do you get like the rest
Then
of
half the money went to who won, but half the money went to her. I liked it.
I get like that.
Well, we'll call the meeting back to order at 7:28, and
No binding
no
decisions
binding
were made.
decisions were made.
You going back in?
And now, we're gonna go back into executive session for attorney-client information. What do we need for that?
15.
15?
Make a motion.
So go into, make a motion?
Make a motion to go into executive session at 7:30 for how long did it take? 15
Until 7:45.
until 7:45.
State the status of the meeting.
Attorney-client.
Attorney-client information.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I guess I didn't need to come sit back down for that, did
Hey, young lady,
People outside.
how many bonds are we presently paying on? Two.
We paid one off, so we have 2 bonds, and then we have 1 revolving loan fund payment, and we have 1 payment left for that. So, getting them chipped off. The other 2 are still 10 years, I think. They're lengthy,
Well,
but they were a lot of money.
so it's $1.2, $3, or whatever it
Oh, no, I don't think it was that much. It was just 1.1 was the section, just like, letter A, or, he was just saying 1.1 was the section. Yeah, no, it wasn't 1.1 million, to my knowledge, it was just section 1.1, section 1.2, yeah. Alright.
Cause it's crazy.
Yeah.
I would sooner have the drive motor in the air.
That way when it goes out, you
Stem
can pull it
down,
off.
yes. Stem down.
Either way, I don't want it, 'cause I'll leave it for somebody else.
To me, then you have no suction problems at all, because the propellers, it'll juice it.
No,
Should
'cause
pump
I have
itself where you can get to
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
the motor itself.
We'll see, how it
Yeah, well, so, but at that point, you pull the motor off,
Pull the pump
thing
out of the hole.
and replace the propeller. It's not that big a deal. It's properly made.
I know, I changed it.
Just say no.
Yeah, you have a chain hoist in there.
I changed it.
How big is the
I know,
motor?
but you're gonna have to put all that.
I'm going to guess that would be
Not
about
like grammar.
30 horse?
English.
See, you don't even know what you're talking about.
No.
But it'll be a lot easier to get to if you have electrical problems and everything else, and that's more common than anything.
Is that what they're fighting out there now?
The motor burned out
Oh, it did?
a couple of times. But if you're not gonna increase the capacity of the unit, I hate to pay $3 for it.
My phone? I never know where it is.
Does it run at capacity most of the time?
Yeah.
It does?
I
Yeah, when you're in cycles.
Right, but no, not at full capacity, correct.
So there isn't
The
any
biggest,
reason to increase the capacity?
the biggest problem that they're having is when we get trenching downpours and stuff, those pumps will start siphoning, and then it's backing up, and then he's out there all night sitting there trying to get it back on, then he'll monitor it, and then it'll go back down again, and it'll come back on again,
Wouldn't that make more sense?
I don't know nothing about sewer, but I know.
I mean, I know that, I can tell you that submersible's more expensive to start with.
Probably.
And
But he was acting like that, not the.
Self-priming.
The self-priming was more expensive
Than the submersible.
Submersible
Yeah.
was the way he was acting.
But I just don't like
But
that
we didn't
motor
see the figure.
in the hole.
Then you have to have a winch of some sort to pull it out. Right.
Well, even.
I know Galva, they're on that new edition, they have that submersible there, in the, out on Long Lynn Street. And they've gotta pull that every now and again, because your basket's sitting in there, and you gotta pull it out to clean your basket.
It's not that big of a deal to pull it out?
No, they have a bucket truck over there, so I mean, they just have a winch on that bucket truck.
And winch it out, but we don't have a bucket truck.
Right. This would have to include a hoist, but I know like that basket, they had to clean it out. I mean, it was at least, every 2 days, I think.
Really?
People don't belong there. Wipes are the worst.
Yeah.
The wet wipes that are supposedly.
Dude wipes?
Yeah, supposedly,
Supposedly, you're not supposed to live in the sewer.
Yeah. They say flushable, that's a lie.
They're not.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
And
And they don't decompose.
all sorts of stuff in them all the time.
Well, what's Mr. Mark doing today?
I was in training all day today.
Wasn't that fun?
Oh, I tell ya. Crisis negotiation.
God.
Yeah. And then I leave for Topeka on Sunday, and I'll be in Topeka all next week for
There no bus.
instructor development schooling.
We didn't have any.
So, yeah.
Down there, what is 17?
Staying busy.
Right up the ladder,
Well, so,
Way
I'm
behind.
in the detective position for the sheriff's office, so I'll be getting moved up to that, so I won't be on the road like I used to be, so.
Good.
So, yeah,
Congrats.
I guess.
Yeah.
There's more shit I gotta do.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, it'll be interesting, so.
Next thing you know, you'll be running for sheriff.
Yeah.
They do that, you know.
Yeah.
It happens, yeah.
More often than not.
Yeah.
It happens.
I know, Sheriff
And they
Montana.
trade back and forth.
Oh, yeah, yeah. How's Earl been?
Well, for the most part, I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Yeah, as long as Doris keeps me moving, I'm fine.
I see you out there mowing and rototilling. I see you had your rototilling
Yeah.
last week, one day, or 2 weeks ago. Or
Well, you know, we had those guys coming in to do that work. And I knew they're just gonna pound the hell out of that. Flower beds and stuff. So I wanted to loosen them up
before they walk down the road. How long did it take them? They run in all that rain too.
Yeah. Effectively.
Did they do it in 2 days?
Yeah, they would have done the whole thing in 2 days, with 4 of them.
There was just 4 of them?
Just 4 of them.
Good God. Did they do a pretty good job of cleaning up?
Every day. Excellent job.
Who were they with?
Ed's Roofing Service, I believe.
Ed's? Huh.
And we've used Ed for several things, cutting trees down and things. He's a good worker. He keeps a pretty tight rope on whoever he's got working. And he doesn't cost a damn fortune.
Well, that's a lot of money, yeah.
Well,
Did you already have 2 layers on?
No, 1.
And they tore it off?
I told him to, I'm gonna get clean.
And start
Well,
over?
the problem is, like I said, the whole flashing was rusted.
Yeah.
So you gotta take it off,
flashing back in.
Yeah. To do it right. But he damaged a couple of gutters. Guy's gonna come back and put new gutters on. Have to decide if I want 5-inch or 6-inch gutters.
Mike put 6 inches on his up there in Iowa, up there at Quad Cities. He don't have any problem. Everything goes through.
Yep.
They're different up there though. They get a lot more ice than we
Yeah.
do.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm the same way. I need to update my gutters and I've got a problem on my porch I need to get somebody to look at.
Well, he'd be an easy one. He's okay. Very concerned about cleanliness and keeping things picked up. One day they had 5 guys up there back in one day. That was the first day when they're tearing it off.
Did they get it all tore off in a day?
Yeah, north side, just the north side. Because it was raining there every other day or whatever. They didn't want to open up any more to make it handle.
That's a good idea.
Oh, absolutely.
It rains and that's, I don't know what
I remember back in the day when Ty and I did that.
roof, put the roof on?
Yeah. And it had 3 layers of shingles on it when we tore it off.
I thought you'd only put 2 on.
Yeah.
But you had 3.
So we tore them all off. We had, I was working all the time. And Ty was in high school, so we only worked weekends. It took us 7 weekends
To roof that thing?
to
tear it off, shingle it?
and shingle it. We did it in 7 sections. You know, you got the center part.
Center part?
Both sides, on both sides of the house, I mean, both north and south side. So we could.
You could get one section at a time done. I'm still kinda leaning towards metal, but.
Well, I was too until I got some folks. And the reason I said that, you know, if you're gonna be putting 30-year shingles on there, you know, if I had to re-shingle again, I'd be 112.
If I go with the 30-year now, I'd be 88.
I'd be over that. Actually, I would.
And didn't I read somewhere they've got a 50-year shingle?
I don't doubt if they do. Somebody does, but you can pay out the nose for that. But no, we just called ahead and come up, give us a price.
I just don't want to I don't want the tinny look on the roof, you know how they got and I think to get the ones that look like shingles that are
More
high.
expensive, yeah. We got one quote, it was $32,000 or something like that.
Holy moly.
For our house. And,
Well, you see, and in mine's kinda like yours, I've got the 4 sides and then the 5 peaks. 1950s goddamn shit.
It could be worse. I just went over to Chris McManus's house the other day. Whew. I'd hate to have to roof that house.
Yeah.
It's got like 27 sides and a roundabout and it's beautiful, but I can't imagine the cost of
you almost have
roofing.
to do off of a bucket truck or something, cause you aren't gonna stand
Yeah,
on
you ain't
it.
gonna stand on some of that pitch.
Mhm. I grew up in a house where it was like an A-frame, but instead of the front door being on the flat side, the front door was on the roof side.
Yeah.
So it was a 2-story house. So the A-frame was up higher, but it, you know, had a big peak. But the 2nd-story windows, you could open the window and just step out on the roof. And our dogs like to go lay out there. And so people would always say, "Where do you live?" And I say, "On 8th Street." And they're like, "Oh, is that where they have the dogs on the roof?" And I was like, "That's my house." Because it was kind of wild. We had a Chihuahua, 2 wiener dogs, and a Saint Bernard. And they all would lay out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were comfy,
Yep.
absorbing heat.
It was like laying in the yard for them.
Sure.
They just go out the window and lay on the roof. Looking back as an adult, I'm not sure how we didn't have a million flies. But we didn't. But
I don't think there's a whole million flies in the whole world, is there?
at one time, maybe. But you know, they die and repopulate so quickly. I know, there's a lot.
And I think I wanna change my color too.
I think they're coming.
Well, we kept it pretty much the same colors we had, different manufacturers.
So did you put what they call the 3-tab or the
I'm
2-tab?
saying you have to turn down the air, but we're definitely gonna need to change it.
Oh, I did turn it down when the meeting started, not that I couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
Call the meeting back to order at 7:44. And no binding decisions were made.
I would just like to note I returned your checks to each spot.
Alright, we will go on to department reports. And Mark left.
Yeah, he was here, but he needed to leave.
Okay. So maintenance.
Do you want any, that proposal from this?
Yeah, can you make it over that?
Do you wanna table it till Mark can come back, or I don't know much about it other than what they sent.
I thought I would talk about that.
Okay,
Absolutely.
no problem. I didn't know.
Sounds good.
So maintenance.
He's done it.
I need to read this.
Go on to maintenance.
Yeah,
Go on to
I
code-
said
code-
maintenance.
Can we go
Is
to
he
code
not ready?
enforcement, cause he's kinda.
You're not ready. Maintenance.
I've got a few things dumped on me in the last 20 minutes. We got a few little things here. So, demo contract for Shiloh were tabled at last meeting. We received an addendum. Do we want to consider these again, or I don't know what that
The
word says.
contract is into Reese. That
Yeah,
we've got.
are you accepting that, the addendum? Are you wanting to accept the addendum?
It was like the 90-some thousand, didn't we
A
mention that? at the-
103,000,
Yeah.
we moved forward on that
Yeah.
at previous
101 or
meeting.
103,000.
Yeah, it was somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so.
I did review the contract and I'm fine with the contract, so
Okay.
if you wanna move forward with that.
Okay,
I didn't see in there the one that you approved, accepting that.
We approved the bid,
Okay.
and then the company that we approved the bid with sent us a contract. So we just
Oh,
needed to
gotcha.
approve the contract.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh. Because we don't have a contract to send them, that's just a generalized
Because they came
demolition.
back to us and said that typically the city furnishes the contract.
Which basically just sets the bid in stone.
Yeah, so they came to us with one, Reese has looked at it, he says it's fine, so.
Cool.
We'll move forward on that.
Okay.
So, does that answer your question? Okay.
If you wanna stop by tomorrow and sign it, then I'll, or tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've talked with the insurance guy. It's up to you guys. I got $8,300 out of him for the pool fence. And I have a quote here to do certain portions, if you wanna do the whole thing all the way around, partial, whatever, and that's all up to you guys. Do you wanna look at this? I'll try to explain it to you, it's kinda.
Well, how much was it for the whole fence?
Well,
A lot.
$10,128 to do, that's all the material, and I'm pretty sure that's for them to put the fence in. But there's an additional cost because if we put it in the concrete, it's gonna be another $10,254 to put it in the concrete.
That's existing already?
Yes, because they have to rent a core driller, core it all out, dig that hole another foot or two.
Is there
and
any
then put
reason
it
why
in,
it couldn't go in the
re-gravel
grass
it.
around the concrete?
Well, I think.
But I also
Besides
came
the
up
weed
with,
eating portion?
we could also save some of that 10,000, kind of in a way. And what we would do is, we could cut some of the pool concrete out, have them put the posts in the ground.
And then re-pour?
Re-pour some new concrete around the pool for some of that $10,000, instead of them using it to core it. And then basically we can pour the fence back in the concrete, or we can pour all the way up to the post, whichever way you guys wanna look at it. But that was my thoughts of how we kinda utilize more money that way than just paying them to put it back in the old concrete that's cracked and falling apart everywhere, so.
How soon do we have to do this, or?
I don't know.
the money, is it something we need to worry about right now?
We got the check
or maybe,
already.
Or maybe
No,
next
Or
spring?
it's in
They
the
just emailed us that they're
Oh.
sending it.
Okay, so is this something we can,
Sounds
usually
like
there's a
it's
time
fast.
frame,
Yeah.
next spring
Yeah.
or right now?
What I personally would like to do is I would like to go to Hess Oil, because they're the ones that donated the pool to the city, and see what, if anything, they would like to donate. This pool is just
Money.
costing us money.
Lots of money,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what it'll do. I really, I mean, I know, I see what you're saying about going and asking them, but I just feel like every time, they're just, you know what I mean?
Well, I
They've
know.
donated for so long over the years,
It was nice they gave it
You
to
know what I
us,
mean, but
the maintenance that it
No.
takes is,
So, I guess,
Here's my, what's the worst they can tell us, no?
yeah.
And we're right in the same boat. I mean, it's not gonna
right,
hurt anything to ask, in my opinion.
I would just like to ask them if they would like to help with any maintenance on it.
yeah, not per se saying, hey, we gotta fence it. you
No,
know,
not per
right,
se,
right.
just, I've got a list that I can compile of everything
I
that's
just don't,
needed.
I just don't want them to feel like every time something goes wrong,
Right.
we're coming to them for help, you know, you see what I'm saying?
I
So
know.
that's where I'm kinda
If
at
they
on that.
donated it, so they
Because,
could wash their
well,
hands of
they've
it.
donated money over the years as well, back,
And
back
I've heard they,
and
yeah.
so, I mean, I just don't wanna,
And you said that insurance paid $8,300 for the replacement?
yeah, I just didn't know how soon you needed, if you had a use time frame on the money.
Yeah, we can-
Absolutely.
Or you
Yeah.
service training, it never hurts to ask.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right, right,
So, you can always be told no.
Morgan's gonna ask if there's a time frame on the usage of the insurance funds, cause I know like if you do a roof or something like that, sometimes you have to.
that's what I was
Prove
So
saying.
she's
the-
going to ask on that.
Do you have a time frame for that?
It's usually
That's-
90 or 180.
Yeah, sometimes you
But
have
I
to
would
send in an
think, I would think
invoice.
on a fence, but is,
Yeah, I bet they don't care.
Yeah, if they've already sent the check, I can probably guess.
There
that.
might be an extension with the recent storms in our area, just because of a backlog, you know, but, I don't know. We'll find out what we have to do.
Okay, what else you got, Austin?
Next thing, this is coming up for our well drilling exploration. Our geologist told me that if we wanna save a few $1,000s per, well, not per, it was like $700 per well, a few $1,000s in the end, to airlift our own wells when we start drilling. So that way the drillers can keep going along, and then we need to buy an air compressor that'll be able to basically pump air down and pull our air or water back up to do sampling. Here's just a few. So the one on the right side, so we're looking at about $2,000 to $3,000 for the two brands I've got here, Ingersoll and Eagle. So, I mean, either one of those will do it. I need about at least 8 to 10 gallon of air, and then those are, what are those? Whatever horsepower, 8 horsepower, 9 horsepower.
There's 2 6, a 5, or 2 5.5s, a 6, 2 9s,
So
and
you
a
prefer-
Just both on the right side.
you prefer this one, these.
the 9,
Yeah.
9.5.
Well, it's really, I don't have a preference on either brand.
No, I mean,
Each one of those two.
horsepower, is there a requirement to be able to make the right pressure?
Based
About-
off your air pressure.
About what I have on the two right
Okay.
is what our geologist has kinda showed me or told me what to look at.
It's
So-
not as much the pressure as it is the volume.
Right.
You know, yeah, that's where the tank size comes into play.
So that's just something, that's food for thought. I mean, it's coming up. Hopefully, we're gonna be drilling, hopefully in August or October sometime, towards the end maybe. So I just kinda need to get close to getting that approved if you wanna do that. If you don't wanna do it, that's fine. The drillers can do it. But
What do they charge?
$700
Per?
per hole. And we're looking at
Okay,
like,
so we'd save like you said.
we're looking at like 9 or 10 holes.
This can be utilized
Later on for.
Later on to
Yeah.
do like, I could blow up cracks in the concrete to do some
Do
sealing.
your little sealant thing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that would work for that, it would keep up.
So did you have a specific one, that 2,095 one,
So on that,
the first page?
on the first page and then that second page, there's an Eagle and then there's an Ingersoll, both on the right hand side, is one of the two that I would prefer to get.
Just make sure you get enough compressor to do what you wanna do, plus more down the road. Rather.
He told me about 8-gallon tank, those are 10-gallon tanks.
Okay.
And, a little bit higher CFM.
Okay, good.
Looks like the Eagle's got more capacity.
My whole thing is if we can utilize it for the cracks and stuff too,
Yeah.
I mean, if we can
Why
get
not?
the use out of it, yeah.
And it's always nice, I mean, we don't have even an air bubble or anything, so if someone
Right.
pops a tire on a
Yeah,
There you
mower.
go.
there you go, yeah, mower, you work
Yeah.
vehicles,
Pops a
yeah.
tire, I guess.
Three and let him get whichever one. Anything else besides that, Austin?
Oh, yeah.
Let's keep going.
I wanna make sure either that gets approved or denied, because I've moved on before and then we don't go back to
We
it.
will, we'll get it.
So the ones on the right are the one, might as well just do that.
I guess it comes down to which one you prefer.
So this one's,
I mean, we can discuss it all
I
we
mean, there
want.
might be some freight or something, so I don't know how much that is on stuff, like $100, $200, I don't know.
A lot of times when you order anything over 50, it's usually free, so.
Does somebody wanna make a
Well,
motion?
it says see
Truck
shipping
rate.
options.
Oh.
Truck rate,
Ah,
probably $200 or $300.
yeah,
Yeah.
depending on where it's coming
Somebody
from.
can
Five.
make a motion.
Do
up to-
500 over, at least. So
Yeah,
the
so
highest
that's
one
what
on
I
there
do sometimes.
was 2850, so
I mean,
29
because
plus
if it-
5, 34,
Because if it's
35.
not that much anyhow, it all goes
Yeah.
back to
But-
the fund where it came
Right.
out of, so it's not, right, we're not, yeah.
So if we went with this Eagle 10-gallon electric start air compressor, 9 horsepower, $2649. Would that be enough compressor to do what you wanna do? I don't see a CFM rating on it.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, I do too, it's on the compressor, 18.5.
And the other one I think is like 11.3.
it
If
was-
we're gonna spend a couple $1,000s, shouldn't we like consider spending a couple $100 more and getting something that's got considerable more capacity?
I mean, duh. I'd pull a,
That's what that
I'd
Eagle-
bring
the
the
Eagle
one-
pull behind air
right.
compressor up here if you want higher CFM.
I mean,
Well,
the
no.
horsepower's higher on this one than this one, but the 10-gallon versus 8-gallon, I mean,
Well, that's at 18.1 at 90 PSI, this is 18.5 at 150 PSI.
fair point,
Okay, so this is more compressor than this is.
you're looking at a
Considering
$500
that.
difference.
Like whatever.
Yeah,
So if we put a cap, cause since we don't know what shipping is.
Jerry already said add 500
You
to
wanna add
the
five?
Minimum,
number
if the compressor, what's the
Right.
compressor, 28,
2649.99.
so 2700 plus 5, 3200.
now. Yeah,
What do
You
you
go
say,
for that?
Tyler?
what
That's,
do you think?
we've got Harbor Freight compressors and they were great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
wheelbarrow ones are half that price. We've got 30-gallon ones on service trucks that are 180 PSI.
How long have you had them?
5 years.
That's what they're looking at right there.
And I'm fine with that.
Wow,
I just went with brands
Just
that I
on a
knew.
budget?
Right,
Yeah, the Harbor Freight ones are good. I mean, we've had good luck with them. Haven't had them die yet.
Yeah.
You know, one of them's 5 years old, and the other one we bought 5 years ago used.
And you can pick it up in town.
Yeah.
Save
$200.
$200.
Yeah, you can save the
There you
freight.
go. Yeah, you can go pick it up.
You know, just, I mean, any Harbor Freight, but they've got basically Honda engines on them too. The Predator brand, but they're, yeah, well, that's, you know, I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, look it up, but
Right.
It's up to you guys.
I wouldn't sleep on them. We've had great luck with them.
So you wanna see what you can find for,
Let's go ahead and approve the dollar amount for it.
okay.
Yeah, and then like you said, if we don't.
But you gotta shop Harbor Freight, see what you can
That's fine.
find.
I have no
Maybe
problem
we
with
can set it
doing
at
that.
2,000. Do you think, you said they're about half the price?
Well, we'll set it
You
up
think?
to 332.
But, I mean, if you're.
Go ahead and
need
set it
one,
up
just
to
go ahead and do
32,
it, but
if Harbor Freight doesn't have them,
Well, if I can get it cheaper, I'll get it cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I just went off brands that
Mhm.
I knew of.
Right,
Like, I know there's hundreds of brands, but
right.
those are ones that I've used.
Okay.
Alright. Well, the price has been set, right? Are you making that motion?
I'll make a motion to approve, we'll say $3,200
32.
for the purchase of an air compressor for maintenance.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. What next?
Okay. I'm just gonna tell you roughly how much this stuff costs, and you guys chew on it for a while. But, so I've called around, and I've been looking at concrete accessories. There's this company, it's called M6 Concrete Accessories, and, so there's a bat screed, and then there's the pipe kit to go with the bat screed. There's a curb machine and a drum that goes with it. So the curb machine and the drum assembly, we'll be able to pour curbs ourselves. Okay? And then the bat screed and then the kit together, there's a 6 foot, 7 foot, 9 foot section. So you get up to about 22 feet wide. It'll take 2 people to run it, but it's a lot more time saving and you get a little bit better of a pour with it. But what I'm saying is with all of that equipment and then plus the forms to do the back of the curb and the front of the curb, you're looking at, I didn't do that one, 14.6, about $25,554. Now, like I said, I'm just giving you guys the options here to potentially have us start pouring the curbs and the streets ourselves.
Now, did that include a new transit or okay.
Yes.
Because what we have isn't working.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I kinda did a rough estimate on from Main Street to 2nd Street on McPherson Street. And keeping the width of where the cars park and then getting to the alley and shortening up the street a little bit to 28 feet and then 33 feet with the curbs outside to outside. All of the concrete, all of the wire, and then all the equipment and everything, and then about, let's see what I had, $8,000 for some help from like Ratzer Brothers to help shoot some grade, get us kind of going with it, giving us some pointers. We're looking at about $80,000 to pour that one block. But obviously the next block will be $25,000 cheaper, so it'd be what is that, 55,000. But it'll be even cheaper than that because that's a wide street. So
That, the first one you're doing is wider than,
the majority of town, yes, because
What
that's
about the-
60 feet wide.
They're more like business width and the others are
55.
residential,
What,
right?
what street are we looking at?
This
one over
no,
here.
he said the first.
Main Street
Main Street.
to
Three
2nd
Sisters.
Street on
Three Sisters.
McPherson.
Three Sisters and
Okay.
State Bank, north side.
Now,
like I said, I'm just throwing this idea out there.
Right, but that entails having 2 trees removed that I don't think
I already
somebody.
talked to Tommy about it,
and
he's looking at,
And he's not wanting to take those trees
then I'll
out.
move to a different street, he
I'm
can
just
keep
being
his
honest
street.
with you, but.
Cause I'm not gonna do anyone's street if they're gonna argue about a tree 2 feet
Well,
from the curb.
Okay, well, I'm gonna,
The trees are destroying the curb and the sidewalk
the
as
thing
it
is,
is.
if they're their trees, they're their trees.
Yeah, but we're not gonna put into
But-
that, we're not gonna put into curbs. and
But we're not gonna go that
trees.
far, I just wanted to bring it up so
Yeah,
you guys
he's just
could hear it.
coming up with, trying to work on
Just
ideas.
cost
It's
estimate
not a
based
done
on
deal.
visual sizing.
And if we hired that same block
And why
done,
would
how
we
much is it?
Well, they said, I can't get a quote from anyone because I can't guarantee them the work. We've had too many people over the many years that we get quotes from,
And then they never
and
hear
then we don't
anything.
ever talk to them ever again. I've had companies here give quotes, or come here to look at it for curbs all the way down Second Street from Railroad to Ashland, and they never got back with me. I called them multiple times. I've had Ratzlaff Brothers here, they don't wanna do the extra work because they've been burned before. I've had other concrete companies come and look at stuff, they don't wanna give a quote. Now, I have looked at, they're roughly $55 to $65 an hour, for finishers. Now, that's pretty high, now obviously their whole labor system is not that expensive, but that's finishers. And I can't tell you how quick they're gonna get a street done. But I think in the long run, you're gonna save a lot of money. Now, you look at how much it was gonna cost to pour asphalt down Second Street, I can't remember exact price, but it was like $400 and some odd thousand.
Yeah.
Now, can they get it done a lot faster than we can? Yes, they can, cause they do it every day. But, again, I'm just gonna keep rambling on this, but I just wanted to show you guys how much it would cost to get the equipment to get started.
Kind of the mindset is, we're kind of taking the Galva approach, where it took them 27 years to get their streets done, but they got them done. So we may do a block, half a block at a time, but we can still.
But I guess where I'm coming from is we need to make sure that they're done properly. I mean, we need to have, I mean, no offense on.
That's why I have $8,000 a year for
But no
help.
offense, but we need to bring in individuals to, you know what I mean? I mean. no
That's where
offense.
Ratzlaff comes in.
That's what he's talking about, the
Right.
finishers.
Yeah.
And we,
I hate to start having to tear streets up because we got
And
water.
the city has
somewhere,
actually
and
done
then, you
that
know what I'm saying?
before with a smaller section, because I know that was a section that the previous council had done a section over by McManus as a test.
Yeah.
Test
Right.
strip,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, to see what kind of
Yeah.
work we were gonna get. It
And we
worked
were
out
gonna
well.
do that over on
Right.
that street back there.
I know that one in front of
And they
Danny
didn't know
Head's
it.
house.
We all know the shape of it, anything else, Austin, is that everybody kind of think about it,
Yeah.
all he's doing is trying to come up with ideas and ways to try and
And
get
you're
stuff
including
done.
price of help, like you said.
Yeah.
I don't know that everyone heard that, so I'm gonna reiterate that. That's also 8,000, Austin, for additional help along the way.
And that would just be like, hey, I need help shooting this grade real quick, you come over for 2 hours. That 8,000 basically just says, if I need help with something, I have the opportunity just to call and say, here's $1,000 worth of labor. Okay. So some of the stuff that some of the bigger stuff that we've done this month is curbs and drainage, cleaning them out and everything, more drainage, digging out ditches, road work, and then small holes in the road as far as patching and either with millings of the bags of asphalt that we got, or here soon hopefully we're gonna be doing some of the bigger holes with a different approach. But
With the patching stuff, I know we did that little tank thing with the stuff that's supposed to make the
I'm still
patching
trying to
better.
figure out how to use it.
Okay, I was gonna say, have you tried it yet to see if it's?
I
working?
tried a section and it turned out okay now. It just took a really, really, really long time for it to even dry and harden just a little.
To cure.
So, still trying to use different ways. I bought some sand, very, very, very fine sand, and then some lime, and we're gonna try to put that over the top of it. And the lime is supposed to make a chemical reaction with this liquid and make it cure a little faster.
Cool.
I think that's good. I'm done.
You're done? Okay. We'll go on to code enforcement, and Samuel Boydston is our new code enforcer, and we'll let you take it from here.
I've written 111 notices over the last 2 days. 43 were for automobiles that had expired tags. Everything else was refuge in the yard or grass too tall.
Is your hand
Can,
hurt?
can I ask something? When somebody does mow and stuff, and they still have weeds around their house and stuff?
Like they don't weed eat
Like they don't
around
weed
it.
eat and stuff? Are
I
you-
think that goes into a different category, cause now you go into health issue instead of just tall grass.
If they weed eat, some people that are winter right have tried mowing. But if the grass is 3 feet tall at the curb and they don't do that, then what I've been doing is walk up there, hey, you need to take care of this. That's part of it.
And around their house as well?
Around the house, it's mostly volunteer trees, things like that, and that's a health issue, and that's a different code.
Okay.
But some people, there's one up over off McPherson Street, I think it is, that they're trying, and I see that they're trying.
Right, right.
And so, once they get it good, then I'll go back and say, hey, you know, these trees that are going up around your house, that's part of the code for a dwelling you can live in. You're not supposed to have that. There's a house that's got hay up against the foundation. You know, I wrote a deal that you gotta take that hay, so he took the hay off, and then today it's back.
Well, I was talking about a house over by the high school that I guess weeded around the curb a little bit better, but now it's
There's
around.
people that are
Yeah.
cleaning the curbs and throwing the dirt in the drainage, and they don't seem like they really wanna,
Is there a code for blowing your grass in the street?
can't blow it in the street.
Okay. Just checking. I just saw like 3 people that had done it going when I was driving for school, so.
I've even rode him for not having a tag on a car, so I don't care who it is.
There you go. There you go, buddy. There you go.
I knew, I mean, hey, I wouldn't
Good
took
for
his
you.
head and do his job, you know?
Yes.
That's what he's
Yes.
hired for.
Like I told
At least you're
Rhonda,
being fair, straight across the board.
There you
Yep.
go.
There
like
you
I
go.
told Rhonda, you know, I got a $50,000 a year job, and if I can write a $500,000 worth of tickets.
There you go. There you go. There you go. You want that raise already? You want that raise already? There you go.
No,
Yep, I'm
just,
liking it.
nobody wants to move to Detroit because it's such a shitty looking city.
Yeah,
And if we clean this up, maybe people will
Absolutely.
come in.
good for you.
Thank you, Austin.
People who want to also be clean.
Yeah.
Let's make that a possibility.
And there's been some blowback. Some guys are saying, you know, it's been like this for 6 years. Well, for 6 years you got away with it, but now you can't.
Right, right.
Kind of like Eddie Murphy said in 48 Hours, there's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
But
Well, good for you. Good job.
I mean, I think we're wanting to do so much in this town. I mean, we're wanting to, we've got money for water wells, we're trying to get a new sewer system established. I mean, we're wanting to clean it up.
if it's a clean town, more people will be attracted to more
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, and more revenue for the city.
Well, we got the
I
new
mean,
school construction
Yeah,
going
it
up,
all,
new
it all
track.
goes hand in hand,
So,
so, I mean,
that's good.
help your neighbor out if they need
Yeah,
help.
Carol needs help with her lawn.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'll come down and
Yeah.
push mow her lawn with her
We're
lawnmower.
all here to help each
I
other
mean,
out,
gosh, it wouldn't
so,
take 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that it, Lane?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Are they all showing up to court this month?
I think there's a couple more warnings out there.
There is one that may show up for court.
Alright, mother and son will take it.
Well, you said we did the proof and you can handle it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Gotta rent a bigger space.
There you go.
We'll set you up in office then.
There you go.
Live in the community.
Oh my goodness. That's
Okay, well, thank you, Sam.
Oh,
Really
we've written
appreciate it.
3 48 hours to tow, and they've moved all of them.
Nice.
But where they've moved them to.
Yeah, we don't know.
Well, the one guy moved it out of town.
Okay.
There's a guy going around, put on Facebook that, City of Canton is handing out letters, so if you need your junk car removed, I'll come pick them up,
There you go.
so.
Hey,
There we
Might as
go.
well.
as long as it's back there.
Well, there he is. He's back.
Well, do you wanna make any report or anything?
Has anybody talked about the lights for the school?
No, we
Not
haven't.
yet?
No,
Okay.
no.
Alright, did you guys get a copy of the,
Yes.
Okay, so, with the help of Mrs. Aljowers over here, I've been talking to Mr. Struber. So several years we've been needing, flash school zone lights for our school district. Mr. Struber did some research, found a company that will actually install the lights, comes with warranties, whatnot. It's $18,000 for it, but I know it's a lot of money. But the school's going to do some discussing and is willing to buy one if the city will buy the other. Basically, just split the cost in half. So that's what I got. I don't know if the city wants to discuss about it. Maybe get back next month. It's whatever you need to do. I know sometimes it's hard to toss money around, but this right here will probably benefit the school. Will benefit the school. Safety reasons for the kids. Let drivers know that this is a school zone and they need to slow down. Because a lot of times with just the plain sight signs itself, especially at nighttime or dark hours, you're not going to see them.
Do they have a crossing guard right now?
No,
No,
and
that's-
we're working on doing that. Probably getting something set up with the students where kids can all
Okay.
participate in that. The other thing is if they install these the flashing lights, so this will eliminate the school zone, have to be a school zone all day long. So it'll only be a school zone while it's flashing. So then all during school hours, traffic can start flowing normally. Then at the end of the day, they can readjust it, or if they have a half day, they can turn it back on to slow everybody down. So, so I don't know if anybody's got any questions about that or.
The 18's for 2 lights?
So yes, it's for 2 lights. It has the solar lights. It has the sign, the poles, and that's also installation. So the company will come out and put posts in the ground, concrete, everything they need to do to keep it upright.
I'm just asking because I wasn't there for it, but it looked like on the proposal that it has a 3-year like software agreement. I'm assuming that's that programmable portion of the signs. Was there any discussion if the school would take over that software cost after that 3 years, or if it's half and half?
I know when I had, was telling him about it, I think that school would probably, and I'm not speaking for them, but maybe split 50-50 on maintenance and everything else throughout, everybody, just kind of 50-50
Yeah,
on
because
doing stuff like
technically
that.
the city would own one system and the school would own the other system.
Struber just had texted me, and his questions were, after the warranty period is over, who would be responsible for fixing? Maintenance if needed, broke down, 50-50, school district, whatever. He's gonna inform his board. I think they have a meeting.
Monday, I think.
Mondays or Wednesdays?
I
can't
thought
remember
the next
anymore.
meeting was October, he said the next board meeting was October 13th.
Okay.
So, anyway, but yeah, they're asking for some help on that. I did call around to a couple of businesses just to see if anybody wanna make any donations.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if anybody else has any ideas,
Yeah,
all you can do is be told no.
I just,
I know it's expensive. but
I
it's
just think it's a need, like Mark said. I mean, they just.
Yeah, and I mean, there's cheaper ones out there, but you don't get the installation, you don't get the warranties. I mean, it's just like here you go. Best
We
luck
just
if it
need to
even works.
decide who's gonna take over the maintenance of it and all that.
Yeah. So I mean, the city can work up agreement with the school, just have like a contract or something like that written up to where they'll have to, or pay half, 50-50 on maintenance and whatnot, so. But other than that, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Thank you, Mark, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Is everybody in kind of agreement on that? You wanna do a motion on it tonight, get it over and done with?
Well, don't we need to see what the school's gonna do with
We
the
need to see if this, we need to see
For the
about
maintenance.
maintenance agreement
I
and
guess.
all that kind of stuff. so.
They haven't even approved it.
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
What are we willing to do on
I
it?
can,
What
yeah,
are we,
where are you guys?
is there gonna,
Somebody
I
has
tell
to
you
go
right
first.
now, I mean, it's just gonna keep going back and forth, what are we willing to do on the
He's
maintenance?
gonna ask, yeah.
I
what
mean,
everybody thought.
50%
Absolutely.
sharing it is a
Yes,
fair to me.
right, absolutely.
And I think that's where we should
And
be willing
going
to go.
forward on any maintenance.
Yeah.
I mean, both individuals have maintenance crews, so there's that option as well. I don't know how that really, the maintenance portion of it works, but
You know,
that would have to be,
eventually, I'm assuming the solar panels have to be replaced, cause they're gonna
that's
get,
gonna have to be
you know,
50/50.
things
too.
like that, you know.
Right,
And I think it'll be a plus during the day, so, because the road won't be tied up at 20 miles an hour all day long. And they'll come on at certain times and stuff, and
Let's go ahead and, how about, let's go ahead and do a motion tonight for basically, the city will pay for half, and when the warranty expires, we will cover 50% of the warranty and 50% of the subscription, be done with it. Cause then otherwise, they're gonna have the same problems then, if we've already
Right,
got a decision done tonight, that way it's just
So
not
is that
back
your
and forth,
motion?
back and forth.
yes, is that your motion?
or?
Yeah, I make a motion that the
Okay.
city pays for 50% of the cost of, the school zone lights, not to exceed, I'll do $9,500. And then, after the 3-year warranty for the connectivity, the city will be responsible for 50% of the connectivity, I guess that's the maintenance and the subscription.
And repair,
Not maintenance.
maintenance and repair,
Okay.
there's a difference.
Okay, I'll second that.
And that was 50/50 on the maintenance. and
Yeah,
repair.
50/50 across everything.
I will let Mr. Stuber know.
We'll vote on it?
We had a
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Okay.
motion, we had a second.
I'm sorry.
You were writing.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Yes. Thank you for getting me back in the zone.
Do you want a short contract to go along with that you
Please.
just send over there with,
yeah,
to the
that'd be
school
great,
that they can
yeah.
approve and go forward? Okay.
Yeah. Do you have copies of all this, Reese, or?
Nope.
I
Yeah,
don't believe
you
so.
have mine.
I was gonna say, I can send it to
We
you.
have mine,
Mary already knows.
have mine.
You'll send the contract here, Reese.
Okay. We'll move on to council. Crystal, do you wanna start?
Yeah, sure. The only thing is I would like to get a motion to adjust the agenda permanently to insert, before the public forum, a section for council to respond to previous month's public inquiries, questions, complaints. Of course, legally being able to answer some of those, we can't. But I kinda feel like, everybody comes in, they have, something to say, a complaint, or whatever it is, and then that's kind of the end of it. And I think it would be good to address those before the next public forum, so that people know that we've heard what they've said, and if we're able to legally answer any questions or concerns that they've had, or things like Scott driving the, grader. Yes, he is legally able to drive the grader, he's covered through our insurance, and so, yes, he can drive the grader. Obviously there's things we can't answer, reasons for
I just feel
termination,
like
things like that.
She's right, I feel like there's people that kind of want a little bit of an answer without us going into.
Right, I mean, they wanna know something's been done or that we've looked into the concern, so I'm asking that we make that part of our meeting, and if there was nothing to report, we just say, sorry, we don't have any updates from the previous month's
So
public
that would,
forum.
that would kinda be like a recap. of the
Yeah, just a
previous
recap
public-
of the
Right.
public
Yes,
forum
yes.
section.
Reese
Right.
is shaking his head no.
No?
I wouldn't do that.
No?
It's not.
I mean, if you,
Okay.
because of the fact that you're just not gonna be able to respond to everybody, and then everybody's,
And what,
there's no benefit in doing that.
The intent
As
of public forum is you're not really supposed to respond to public forum, is the way I understand it.
Yeah,
Well, if I was sitting on that side during a meeting and I had a complaint, I would wanna know something.
Then they
I
can
would
wait-
wanna
They can
know
wage a
something.
formal complaint with the forms that are in the office.
Well, not even necessarily a complaint, even if it's just an inquiry, like with Carol's, situation. Like, maybe we come up with as a group to say, oh, you know what? Mary and I would be glad to come over and mow your yard once a week, whatever it is, something to at least show some response.
If it's anything more than a public
Right.
forum situation, if somebody really has something that they'd like to bring forward,
Put it on
they
the
can
agenda.
put it on the agenda.
Right, which it wouldn't fall in that,
Yeah.
section,
So
but
that's-
that's just me, I mean, y'all can think about it, but.
And is that on the forum, like if they want to talk about it at a meeting? I mean, is that on the forum to say
You
if
can
you don't wanna?
you can put yourself on the agenda for any topic that
Maybe
you
we
care
need to
to
let the
discuss.
people know that.
But I kinda feel like even when they do that, we can't give them answers.
There
If they're
actually-
just talking,
There
and at that
actually
point
is
they're
a
still not
paper
responding.
right outside the door for code of conduct for people that come into the office, and it says at the bottom that anybody can request to be on the agenda.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Granted, I know not everybody reads every paper out
Right,
there.
right.
It is posted that people are allowed to ask to be on the agenda. I will say, once the agenda has been approved and emailed out, then I can't make adjustments to it.
But they have a whole
But-
month to ask. to
But
be
yes,
put,
you
so.
can be on the next one or.
But like I said, even when they ask, we are not allowed to really answer or address it at that time. We still have to come and think about it most of the time. So, that was just a thought that I had.
Mary?
Great job, code enforcement. I'm excited. It's wonderful. Gosh, I know y'all ain't gonna believe it, but I really don't have anything right now.
Are you on pain meds?
Which you might be.
I might, no. I'm good for tonight though. Feel like we touched a lot of things that I was, concerned about, so I'm good.
I'm gonna be like Mary, I don't have anything right now.
There you go.
I just wanna touch on a little bit of what you guys, Crystal, sorry, you guys.
Crystal and Barry.
Touched on, and I was thinking it before the meeting, and Carol's statement tonight just solidifies the fact that, we need to help our neighbors, we need to help each other. We all want the city to look good, do the little things it takes, and if you notice that your neighbor hasn't done it or can't do it, lift a helping hand. There's no reason why we can't do that. That's the type of community we all chose to live in, and we need to remember that. I know that my household personally does that, and if everybody did a little bit of that, we'd be even better off as a community. So, just kind of an encouragement to anyone and everyone to just kind of look at your community and see where there's a need. And it may just be when you're taking a walk, there's a piece of trash and you throw it away. Nobody knows you did it, but it matters. So, that's where I'll leave
I'm gonna
that.
announce that to next meeting. Pick up some trash, throw it away.
You pick up cats.
Yeah, I pick up cats. Yes, I do.
That's all I have.
Okay, I've got a question for the council members. Are you interested in dropping the speed limits in town to 25 miles an hour? Because we can do it by Kansas statute without a traffic study and all this other stuff. We can't go below 25. I know 5 miles an hour on the dirt portion of Kansas would make a huge difference.
It'd be nice if there was a sign posted showing how fast you can go down that street, since there's not.
I can have one tomorrow.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding. I
Can
can
I
put
get
one
two?
up, but I've just
Yeah,
never
there's
been
not
told to
one
put
down
one
there.
up, so.
Yeah.
Mary, are
currently
you
it's-
talking on Kansas or out on?
In our section.
Yeah.
Over the railroad tracks and down to
I mean, 'cause
Moccasin, there's none.
currently it's 30 miles an hour, it's not posted. And 30 miles an hour is too much on a dirt road.
I mean, I can see some of the streets, in all fairness.
I can see
For the
25 down
school.
that, down our area, I can see that.
But we can, as a council, without going into extensive traffic studies and all that kind of stuff, we can drop it to 25. We can't go below it. All right, is anybody interested? Because I'll bring up the section and stuff if we want to do that.
I'd be for it.
I mean, there are certain roads, like I said, there are roads, Kansas, Park Street, you know what I mean? That we really should consider, we have kids on those streets.
There's some streets that nobody in their right mind would try to go 30 miles an hour on in the condition they're in right now
I mean,
anyway.
you could try.
Yeah, you can try.
Use a bumper.
You know? Well, some do try.
So you wanna
so
know if everybody's in tune with
is everybody in tune with that? Because I'll look up the statutes and I'll try to move it, we'll try to move it forward on the next meeting.
I don't know if it's separate or not, so I'm gonna mention it. That we have, an ordinance, that
Yes.
we have adopted this standard traffic, what is that stand?
Yeah, the standard traffic.
But is that different than like a state ordinance or?
Well, it's,
That's for, that mimics. really what's
Okay,
going
I just
on.
wanna make sure this wasn't different than something else.
well,
You know,
we
more
would have to,
in-depth.
yeah, because as I read it, the, if it's not posted, the speed limits in cities and towns is 30,
You know what I mean?
but we can't post it, we can change it as a city to 25 without getting into state regulations and stuff. So, I'll look into it if
I don't
everybody's
know
on
of
board.
anybody that's in that big of a hurry that 5 miles per hour down a quarter mile stretch is gonna make a big difference on when they arrive at their destination, so.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, there's a lot of people used to 30 miles an hour on some certain
So
streets, guys.
if we're gonna do
and,
this,
And we don't have I just feel like maybe some of those roads should stay 30. I think in our area 25, but we really don't have a police officer to enforce them right now, so my opinion is, until we get one. Yeah.
We still have police
So
patrol
where
out
we
there.
don't currently have signs, we can post limits.
Nobody's gonna enforce it.
I'd really like to have a police officer, but.
okay, that's it. I'll bring the stuff together and, we'll do it, if we're gonna do it, we do it citywide. And people don't need to go 30 miles an hour in this town anyway. Okay,
That's it?
I'm done.
Uh-oh. What's that look?
Okay, I've got a couple things on my list. I would like to touch again on software. Because we talked about the best time to start new software is January 1st, because then you're not trying to figure out your entire year based off of 2 different softwares. Obviously, it's doable, cities do it all the time, it's just a lot more work and a little more stress, and it's kinda scary. I contacted Fry again to get a new quote, because the last quote we got was from April. And, you know, obviously that was a while back. They let me know that the price has not changed since our last quote. And then I contacted Javin. He's the one from KRWA that did our water rate study. And he sent me an updated list because he said, I'm sorry, that wasn't on the breakout, but it was included in the price. So he sent me a new breakout, and I don't know exactly what is what, but I have on this sheet office-related expenses such as rent, amortized value, utilities, computers, and software, etc. Annual cost, $15,000. Billing software is totally separate, and it says $10,000. And that is an annual cost he factored into the water rate study.
So we have 2 annual costs?
Because it's for different items. So like the first one is office-related expenses, that includes utilities, that includes computers, that includes the software for the computers.
That's on his sheet.
Right.
Okay.
And then the billing software is factored in. So we have $25,000 per year annual cost factored into the water rate.
What are the
For-
annual costs for the software?
This software alone, let me find the page. It's the same one I sent out, but it was back in April, so I'm sure nobody is still looking at it. Sorry, these ones broke out, and there's a total. The initial startup cost is $16,900. The annual fee after that, the first year is $10,300. The third year is $10,500. It has a set 2% increase yearly. The cost would change if we added or deleted any modules that we decided we needed or didn't need. But obviously that's based on once you've gotten the software and figure out what you are or aren't using. But we broke it down as low as we could for what comparable to what we use in our software now. And we use every part of it. We wish there was more that it just can't do. I also got an update on costs for the auto read software. It says the Cloud Read software, which is what they are going to. The annual hosting support fee starts at $4,000 for the first year.
That's for the meters?
That's for the software that reads the meters. And something I would like to point out is that this has an annual cost of $4,000 plus the cost to replace the meters, which I don't know, it's like $200 per meter or something. Plus the initial cost of purchasing all those items, and the only thing it did in this office was make more work to do meter readings. Because fun fact, my software can't pull the meter readings back in, so Aaron and I are hand typing every meter reading. So they can get a wand and read meters in 30 minutes, and we still spend the entire rest of the day hand entering them because it will not pull back into our software.
Would adapt to that.
Yes, and they have support for when you have problems, and they have multiple people.
How long is it till you could even maybe start that?
So when I emailed them for an updated proposal, he also said they are backlogged due to the number of people that are signing up with them, number of cities that are signing up with them, and that they would not even be able, it is a 100-day training before you even go live with the software, so even if we approved it tonight, we wouldn't start on January 1st. It would be after that.
So where does the training take place?
Over the computer.
Okay.
Unless you wanna pay like $5,000 for them to come and stay here, or like
No.
Oh, that's okay.
$4,000 for
No.
me to fly to Kentucky.
No.
It's included as an option, but.
Well, I don't know, I might have to tag along with you, or, you know.
But
I'll support.
he said because of the
Smells
amount of
waters.
people, cities currently signing up, they cannot even start our 100-day training till after the first quarter next year.
When I went over the price stuff, Mike, what I was looking at in detail was the additional modules. How many modules did you choose?
Let's see.
Because the cost goes up substantially as you start adding modules.
Right, and some of them you have to have, some of them you don't.
Well, what
Obviously,
I
there's.
read was the base, and then there was all kinds of goodies on the modules that it's like,
Yeah, and
oh,
we took
this
a
one will
bunch off.
This will generate checks for you, but,
Yeah, we don't have that.
well, okay.
We took it off. Cause it was an additional like $1,000 a year, and your bank has to be able to do it, and I could all but guarantee our bank probably cannot.
Yes. Okay.
So the Bucks General Ledger, which is like what we have as a customer receipt book,
Yes.
cash receipt book, that base module is $1,038, and then there's some items under it that have to be included. But like one of them, yeah, Positive Pay, there's that check, automatic check
Yes,
clearing that
yeah.
you were discussing, they put it as an option. So, it would be $4,900 annual.
Now, with this stuff, okay, so that's,
So these
That's
four
every
things
third.
are the ones that are the mods that you requested, so there's basically 3.
Yeah, so there's the general ledger, module, there's payroll, there's utility billing, and yeah, just 3.
okay,
It's called Bucks, that's the general ledger, that's what we have like a receipt book. It also, we took out a bunch of stuff, like it does budget planning for you, it's $398 a year, but we are already paying somebody to do our budget, so we took that out.
Will it connect far as somebody wanting to use credit card, debit card for payments instead of having to use cash and check?
For $695. Website
Is
set
that-
up for online payments.
You can get it for
But I
free.
believe that's a one-time payment.
That's what I was getting ready to ask.
Yeah, Square's
Yeah.
free.
Yeah, all credit card, like we've done 3 different demos with, iCan, I think, and CanPay and Pay It. Because other cities are using them and it's free for the city, you pass the 2% card
Yep.
fee to your customer, whatever. But, all of them have ups and downs. Like
Yeah.
like if we could use it right now, we could call them tomorrow and say we wanna use credit cards, but every time somebody swipes their card, it's great for the customer, but it makes more work for us, just like the meter reading. We have to hand enter all that information.
With the current software.
Mm-hmm. I don't know enough about credit card stuff with this software, because basically we just said,
Usually it's a separate statement.
yeah,
That you
so
get.
not only is there the card reader option where somebody could walk in and swipe a card, there's an online payment where you can just get on your computer at
Yeah.
home and pay your bill.
Yep.
And you can see your history and all that stuff. But again, adding history is $1,000.
Right.
Okay.
So we took that out because people
Now,
build history.
one thing is gonna be a big deal is, can we get the Waterman hooked up to run credit cards?
That's a whole different.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
different set.
That's,
But so that processes the credit cards differently
I
and
just gotta
everything
get
else?
a phone line to it, and then we gotta figure out where the money would even go.
Yeah, the money
Okay.
goes somewhere, and that's what we
right,
need to
so I
find
mean, is
out.
that,
Oh, that's,
That's
is
not-
yeah,
that,
that's something that,
And when I talked with all the demo companies, the CanPay and the Pay It and whatever,
Yeah.
none of them can hook up to that.
okay, so that is
Because
totally
it's not,
separate.
I can't remember the words they used to
It'd be like the
describe it.
thing
It's
they
a-
put at the car wash.
Right, it's a flexible amount,
Yeah.
not every person comes by and says $15, $15, $15.
Right,
So,
right.
because it's a timed, metered,
Yeah.
It's like a gas
flexible
pump,
amount,
like
yeah, it's.
the
they
thing at the
can't-
gas station on Main Street.
Mhm.
They put one of those in, and that same kind of thing could be tied to a water meter, but I don't know what they pay for it.
so
Yeah.
basically what you're saying, if you've done the research, you've got everything that you wanna do,
Oh yeah, we've had
everything,
so many meetings
So
with them.
basically, you need an answer.
I mean,
on what
it's
we're
in-
gonna do.
it's in the
So,
budget.
I mean, I say,
Yeah.
yeah, she's checked everything,
And
she
we
knows
did
what she needs.
confirm, this is the system, we have to upgrade because the old
Yes,
one's not being
right.
updated and gonna
Right.
go away, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and there's certain things you can't do with that system now, like a Windows update.
Yeah.
Some of them will just.
And
do
once
whatever.
those other systems start falling off, because they're also making Windows,
Yeah,
10
whatever.
unavailable now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
once those drop, these fees I guarantee will go up.
But-
Because there's gonna be less resources.
So are we gonna allocate the
So
funds
I
to do
think
this
she's done
system?
her
We talked
research,
about it
so,
for a
yeah.
year plus,
Yeah.
and it's time
Now I'd
to do it,
say get her done.
Yeah.
okay?
She deserves it.
We don't want them to stop talking to her
Right.
because she just keeps
Right.
getting quotes and calling
Right,
them
exactly.
about, you know.
Like our contractors that won't respond.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other companies out
No,
there,
I mean, no.
but I will say, I know we met with 2 other companies, and one of them, we went back to Anita, the lady that helps us with our current software, and she said, for that price, I don't think so.
Right.
So, we didn't worry about it, plus
And
it's a
you
brand new
also have-
company, working out bugs.
You also have other cities that are close to us that are adopted the FRIP
Inman
system?
just started this in July or
Okay.
August, so they've just started working on
I'd say
that.
get her done.
Gossel has our same system, but that lady has used it for 10 years, and she said, I'm not learning anything new, I'll stay with it till it doesn't work.
What's the dollar amount we need to allocate for it?
They also said we can pay next year when we start up. So like, we could sign the contract tomorrow, but not pay any money
And you
until-
lock in that
What's the
5-year
dollar
cost,
amount?
right?
It's that 14,000,
15,913.
thank you.
20.
Okay.
That's the initial fee. And then obviously a lot of that is setup costs.
Right.
Is there
And then-
any hidden costs that are gonna pop up that we need to allocate money for now?
You're not, if they're hidden,
You're
you're not
not
gonna know
gonna
until
know
they pop
about it
up.
till
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
there's
I
something missing.
I emailed this proposal out, and this
I'm not
proposal
jumping out
is
for
a
late night and sick.
specific council
That
packet.
it might be over there.
Like, he put this together for you, not for me or Aaron. I mean, we've met with them, we talked to them,
16,000?
but
Or is the contract a 5-year contract and these are the set prices for the 5 years?
yeah,
So
it
we would
has
need
a
to,
2-year renewal for a
Right.
5-year contract.
Jerry?
16?
Well, I would think we need to approve the full 5-year plan
Yeah.
because it's a contract.
You have the
that's gonna
numbers in
say-
front of you.
Yeah.
They,
I
they
do.
have
Yes.
also, they also said that, like, if we go through the first year and there's just a module that
They have a cancellation.
we don't need this
liability,
portion
then
of
we
it,
can take
you
off.
can take it off and it will be less.
Nice.
Or if you realize we can't do what we need and we need to add something,
Then
you
we can
add
always
it.
make a motion to add
But the
for
price
the
would change.
remaining years.
So are we,
So
yeah, we
this is
signing-
where we would say not to exceed.
Yes.
Are we signing a 5-year contract? Are we tied into a 5-year or is this an annual?
I mean, personally, I would, even if there was a
Because it's
2 or
gonna
3 year
go up.
option, because this price is gonna raise
Yes.
dramatically.
Yes.
And it has even since the first time I talked to them.
Yeah.
Sure. 5-year.
And it's gonna be even worse after
Yeah.
those other programs go away, so. I'll make a motion to upgrade the city office software for a 5-year term. First year not to exceed $15,913.20.
We'll do 16.
Just to
No.
round it up, okay, $16,000. Year 2 not to exceed 10,500. Year 3 not to exceed 11,000. Year 4 not to exceed 11,500. And year 5 not to exceed 11,500.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
Thank you.
what else did you know?
Got more?
Not much. I just received this email, I can send it out to everybody to make a copy, but we got an invitation for the 2026 sales scramble. They did it last year, it's, the ARC in McPherson puts it on. It's that, miles of
Oh, yeah, yeah,
sales
yeah.
thing, the Highway 56. And they've already had several towns.
Are they doing it a second time?
Yeah, they're doing another 2026.
We.
Oh, that's for
did
next
that.
year.
Yeah.
Did we do that? We didn't.
A little bit,
Yeah.
yes. But you can pay as a homeowner, or whatever, you can pay a certain price and they'll add you to their
That was
list.
like $25. I did it last year.
So the city clerk just keeps some paperwork about it and we're kind of the in-between. But they sent this out inviting us to participate next year. I think that's it.
Okay, I'll just, I think everybody got a copy of,
Yeah.
I wrote up the sheriff office assistance for law enforcement with the city of Canton. Did anybody have, I honestly think the less that we ask for, the better off we'll be. I don't know.
So why, I thought we were already getting so many hours, why are they asking for this?
Well, this would be,
Like, an agenda for them when they're here?
This is approving them to have us basically on their,
it would be
Patrol.
a higher source of
Patrol?
patrol, yeah.
And will they-
Basically,
will they-
doing something like this would do away with our part-time personnel. It would push the responsibility onto the sheriff's department.
okay.
We would no longer
I
have a
don't-
chief of police or any police, and it's just a thought, whether, it would have to go through the approval of the sheriff, then if the sheriff approves it, then he presents that to the county commission. It's just a
So
thought.
this is just an option that we have available for resources for
What can we
police.
do to work on getting them? You guys, we
Mary,
need
the-
one. I
the
know.
applicants are completely horrible. You would not let them feed your dog.
I know.
And there are
I do
like,
not, and half of them aren't even equivalent. They're filling a requirement for unemployment. They don't even qualify.
Can we not, the ones that we have on, that are
Part-time.
part-time, can they not say, we'll do this amount of hours per week or this amount of hours?
The
I mean,
problem is, they have
gosh.
family life. They're not gonna take
We've
away
got a
full-time job
Yeah,
unless we keep
full-time.
upping
I'm just
that
saying,
wage.
we've gotta figure out something, you guys, we really do.
Well, and this would give us.
How does that
basically-
county get their people?
they're short-staffed right now too.
This
So
is
is the
not-
city of Marquette, Marion's hiring for a chief, I think Peabody's hiring for a chief.
Gossel is
Newton is
hiring
hiring, Gossel is hiring.
This is nothing new. We are not the only ones in
Yeah,
this
I don't think you could
circumstance.
pay enough right now, it's just that there's not qualified people
Well, and
that
people are
live
not
in the
interested
area.
in.
If we did this, would they
Yeah.
enforce local code?
Yes.
that was my only concern.
No, they
That's-
won't, that's
They
what,
won't.
that's my
No.
understanding.
Even if we give them authority to.
No.
No.
They will not.
They
That's
won't.
what-
Oh, obstacle.
You don't
It's
want.
kinda like
you
highway
don't-
patrol
you don't-
versus
You don't wanna
state
get them
troopers.
into the code
Vic,
enforcement.
what did you just
Well,
say,
not-
You're
Morgan?
gonna double the cost that it would. Yeah.
Morgan just heard that they would.
I was told they would, but.
We have to give them permission.
But I didn't hear that from the sheriff
We need
himself,
to ask
so.
that question. I'm not gonna
I mean, my
assume
question is, yeah,
that they will not. That's a question that I want to ask.
I know for a fact
I'm not
that.
asking if we should ask. I'm telling you that we need to ask
Yeah.
if they will do our code enforcement. And when they tell us no, then we'll go with that.
I
Not
know
code-
for a
not
fact.
code- Not
question.
code
Not-
enforcement like Samuel.
Well,
Okay, we're
I know,
talking
but our
traffic
city
and-
ordinances.
City ordinance.
Not like
Yeah.
Samuel's doing, they
Right.
won't. do
Not,
that.
I'm sorry, I misspoke
Yeah.
when I said code enforcement.
City
I mean our
ordinance.
city ordinances.
There you go.
Oh, I
A
think
noise
that's-
ordinance, you know.
That the police are supposed to take
Not,
care of.
your
Right.
grass is too tall,
Right.
it's,
They would.
We need you over here, we got somebody.
They
you know,
would do the
there's a
city-
party down the road and they're, you know,
Right.
that sort of thing, right?
City
They're being loud.
ordinances, yes.
Yes.
Not code
Okay, okay.
enforcement is about.
Okay,
City
well,
ordinances.
that's- I
Yeah,
said the
Y'all
wrong
be
thing,
talking
so,
over each
yeah.
other way too much,
okay.
okay?
Well, I'll keep working on this. If anybody has, I mean, I'm asking for help on this
Okay.
because.
I haven't had an opportunity to read it yet, but I
I mean,
promise
we
I will.
just-
I've read through it.
Because
I
we
like
also
it.
have to see, tell them what we would offer. Are we gonna keep the patrol vehicle? Will that be theirs to utilize, or do they bring their
Well,
own?
if we've got a
If they
city,
have their own, why not?
if we've got a city vehicle, that means if they become a city employee, wouldn't they be using the sheriff's vehicles? Since they are
I mean,
sheriff's.
they already have their own
Since
sheriff's
they are
vehicle,
sheriff's
so.
officers, that
Okay.
I
Well,
don't
these
know
are
either.
just,
I
Yeah.
don't know, it could be an option to offset
Yeah,
costs.
just
Right.
I
for
don't
right
know.
now, since we're running so late,
Yeah.
come up,
Awesome.
everybody's got the list, come through and add your ideas to it, bring it to the next meeting.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be great.
Instead of
Yeah.
spending an hour sitting here.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna admit that, Jerry, I think that we need to email that to each other, because I'm not gonna make a decision when you give me
Yeah.
12 hours to reference something. It needs to be a conversation over the month, if you have an idea,
Yeah,
that you
put
put a
it-
bunch of stuff down,
put
just
it in
email
there.
it out to, it, so we can all collaborate out on it.
Just remember,
Mary,
don't
I will
email,
help you.
don't
I'll
email
bring
the
my
group.
list to you,
Okay.
and you can.
Okay, next,
Fair point,
next,
take a picture and text it.
the tank over here in the old city yard,
I'll show you.
I've made up a bill of sale, environmental liability deal. This is what I got back. They say they don't have to, prove insurance unless something happens. And I know that's something that we talked about. It's
What's
this
your
old
thought?
tank that sits in our old city yard. and
Elevated
they're-
tank with oil in it.
They're gonna move it
Who's
to
that?
this Joshua Augustus. He's got a company, I believe out of Inman, that's going to move it somewhere outside at their
Big Bend.
racetrack or something that they're gonna move it.
And they do that at Williams, correct?
What?
They do that like at Williams, they
Yeah.
don't need contracts or something,
Yeah.
or insurance.
What happens if it drops and spills stuff all over the
Then they provide their
road?
insurance, is what he's saying.
Yeah, then they provide the
So
insurance.
only
He
if
says-
something happens.
Right, they say it's just like a
Did
car
we sell the
accident.
tank? Did the,
We're not selling it, we're just.
I thought the
But
guy
you
buying
have
it was
it.
supposed to get rid of it.
Who?
I thought
The guy buying the lot, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
No.
No,
okay.
no.
We're giving the tank away to get rid of it.
Mhm.
So we're-
okay.
Are we hiring this company
that-
to move it?
No.
Somebody else is hiring
Somebody
to
else
move
is
it.
What do you
hiring.
think?
We are not.
I don't think he knows.
I don't know enough about this
He
to
probably needs to know about
shoot from
this.
the hip on this one, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
send
if
me
that
some
stuff in there has to be heated up to even melt,
Not our problem.
Yeah, that's not our problem.
it's not gonna spill out, I mean.
I know, but
Not our
well, we're
problem.
not.
Probably better
Yeah,
let
that's what I'm
Reese-
saying, I don't think there's gonna be any
We
spillage.
probably better
occur.
let Reese look at it before
Okay.
Sorry,
we
I
make
don't
any
know. I still
decisions,
don't know.
I'll
so
get
he doesn't
everything
even know
to
about
you on
it,
that.
so.
Okay.
But it's, I was just given very little on it.
Okay.
So, we had talked about it at the meeting.
Right.
Maybe you weren't there.
No, I don't think he was.
It's a special
Okay.
meeting.
Yep.
Let me go through my list here. motion for Wilson and Company
Yes.
to sign that agreement with the
Yeah.
amendment?
Yep.
Yep.
So do you wanna start that?
What was the dollar amount?
29, 27?
I think we got it all mixed together.
That's for the sewer bond.
29,200.
Yeah.
And it's somewhere.
Is it on the back side?
Oh, right here.
I was gonna say, I have a folder, so I can see.
So, make a motion for the mayor to sign the contract with Wilson and Company for a dollar amount of $29,200 for engineering and related services for the water lines.
And should we
No,
put
that-
to be incorporated into the bond?
That's for the sewer,
That's for the lift
Oh,
station.
sewer, yeah,
this is
that,
sewer.
yeah,
let me rephrase that.
the sewer lift station.
Got both of them turned around. Make a motion for the mayor to sign contract with Wilson and Company for the sewer project for engineering related services for $29,200.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
There's your contract.
Okay.
You can put
Make
it
sure
here,
the
Norman. I
amendments
need
got
this.
put on there.
Huh?
Make sure the amended stuff got put on there.
Yeah, the one bullet
Yeah,
point.
that, we need this amendment.
I'm sorry.
Now, before you make a motion to approve the demo contract on Shiloh, we're gonna need to do an amendment to the minutes, to the motion that was made to accept the bid. The motion to accept the,
I mean, that's.
the motion to accept the bid was for $101,000, and their bid is actually $101,900.
I, called him about that to make sure it wasn't a typo,
Okay,
because, 9 and 0. And he said he put that together while he was out of town, so he didn't have it in front of him on paper. He thought that's what it was, but he said he would amend that.
to the 101.
Yes,
Flat,
and
okay.
there's a mobilization fee of 15,000 on the contract,
Mhm.
but the demo bid, we approved the mobilization fee was 12,000, and he said he would amend that as well.
Okay.
So he's gonna fix that.
So we got, okay, so they'll send a clean contract.
I think
Okay.
so, yeah.
Good.
We've already approved it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's all
okay,
members.
okay.
Yeah, we accepted
That needs to be
the
done on that.
bid.
Okay, the only thing I need to, tell everybody about is we do have a change in pay for Ethan Evans. It's gone from $27 to $25 per hour, and that will include insurance at $25 an hour for him and his family, so I just wanted to get that out there, because it was stated as otherwise, so.
And that's effective the date of hire, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm gonna set out, again, I encourage everyone, help a friend, help a neighbor, help a business, help someone, do more, criticize less. And I'm just gonna tell y'all, there's so much going around in this town, and I'm gonna personally say, I will not be shaken. I am here. I'm going to be the mayor of Canton for my term, as long as God's willing, and with His love and grace, I'm here to serve Him, I'm here to serve the community, I have no hidden agenda. We wanna do what's right for the city of Canton, and that's, I would like everybody to be with us on this. So, everybody in this city, we need to gather forces and be one. So, I will close with that and ask for an adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Oh, here's your pins. I thought it was monthly.
Thank you. Now what?
No, just in general. I said, man, I thought it was much later.
You laughed about the giant truck.
I haven't
Yeah.
eaten. I haven't eaten.
Cause I went and cut satellite. It's like, you know, I didn't know somebody like that.
Here's your copy.
Just fixing it off.
But you're getting them back. I get enough paper.
Yeah, it has to be plotted or something. Okay, here's the instructions on where to send it in.
654.
You will
7101.